Yeah, and a nice little connection as well with Sam Lonergan, of course, playing a couple of seasons at the Tigers in the SANFL before heading back home to Tassie. Of course, also spent some time in the AFL system with both Essendon and Richmond. He's up against his counterpart, Mark Stone, a second-year coach who's brought some real enthusiasm and more professionalism to the bay. Speaking to some Glenelg people, he was an assistant coach with West Coast, Sydney and Freo throughout 2013 through to 2017. So some massive experience there from an AFL perspective. Doug, time to put your reputation on the line. Who do you think is going to win today and why?
Look, I'm going with the Tigers. They're on a roll. They're kicking goals and they're running hard. But the Eagles, on the way up, kicked 100 points the last 3 games. I'll still go with the Eagles because, sorry, with the Tigers, I think they just got a hard edge.
Yeah, look, I think I'm going to concur. I think it's set up for a cracking contest, as we've touched on a few times. I do think the home side will give it a real shake. I just think a couple of those outs for the Eagles won't help their chances. So Luke Thompson and Matty Goldsworthy, 2 veteran defenders, as we said, out of the lineup for the home side. So for mine, I think I'm going to go to the Tigers by less than a goal. I think we're going to have a thriller here at Woodville. We're not too far away from the opening bounce on the digital pass, the SANFL Statewide Super League. Phil Aspinall and Doug Robinson, your commentary team. We'll mention the umpires, the men in green, Mitch Harris, Theron Philp and Andrew Crosby. Officiating in the field, boundary umpires Ben Williams, Isaac Fishlock, and down in the goal face, James Giordanis and Braden Ford. But to get us underway, your first caller is Doug Robertson.
Ball's up now in the middle. There's two-handed push down by Redden. It hits the ground. It's a loose ball. Hacked out of the centre over the top and couldn't take it was Petrenko. Ball's come free to the wing, the members' wing. Picked up by the Bays. A hurry kick to the boundary. That'll roll over. That was a good kick and a good take. Good interception by Andrew Bradley.
His possession went out of bounds, last possession rule in the SANFL, Doug. So a free kick going the way of the Eagles, and it's now with James Boyd.
Boyd now looking from the wing. He goes short and low and very good kick, and Hayes takes a nice easy mark in front of his eyes. That's Jack Hayes. Holds the ball up a bit. He's right on the members' wing.
Back in the side today after an injury.
Looking forward, and there he goes, bang. Yeah, that week off last week certainly helped recover a few players as the ball's pushed into the attacking 50 for the Eagles. Handball out, quick snap out of the goal. That's come from Chris Hall. It's gone towards goal, but it's a point just to the right-hand side. 1 point to the Eagles at the home side. No score yet for Glenelg.
So the Tigers rather will take the kick out, and it will be Elliot Chalmers. Handballs over the top looking for Snoot. He'll then find his teammate in Partington. One of the Magarey Medal favourites this year, Luke Partington. Gives off to a former fellow AFL player in Gregson, but his kick around the body, a poor one, and chopped off by the Eagles' defence. Looks like Hine just back in the side this week. He's taken the mark. So he goes long towards left half forward. Bit of kick to kick here, but the Tigers drop what they should have taken. Well done by Lonergan, the nephew of the coach. His kick smothered nicely by Ubergang. And the ball inside attacking 50 for the Eagles, but the Tigers' defence do well, as always. And Proud's kick is a good one. Looking for a teammate, Sumner. He just goes to ground when he took possession. Slides over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw in. Ball's just left of centre wing towards the southern end, the end which the Eagles are kicking. They lead 1 behind. We're just about to tick into the 2-minute mark.
That was a clever kick by Proud. He put it on the outside of his boot to go to the boundary.
And went advantage side to Sumner as the ball's thrown back into play. White won the hit out, and then Hall, whose kick was partially smothered. Good work by Agnew. He follows up with a good tackle and forces it over the line.
Well, they're at it, aren't they?
Yeah, the intensity's in the battle early. Good to see Brad Agnew back in SANFL footy as well.
He can play last year. He can play that boy. He's good.
Travelled overseas and won the 2013 reserves best and fairest. The ball thrown back into play, and it is the Tigers who take first possession.
Play on now. The ball dropped. Paul's got the tackle on. No one can go anywhere. It's a loose ball in dispute. Picked up now by Boyd. Snapped over his left shoulder. One-handed attempt by Petrenko. Not good enough. Running away now is Aaron Joseph. Joseph Aaron.
Aaron Joseph, you got it right the first time. I got it right
the first time. Sorry, man, with 2 first names. That's the problem. Back into the centre go the Bays. Mark taken there by Andrew Bradley. Bradley goes forward, short. Easy mark taken. Turns around, that'll be Jesse White. He goes into the middle. There's picked up, nice easy chest mark by Snoop. They're keeping possession. Running past now is White again. He kicks the ball long into the attacking 50. Under it's Gafrida. He punches away. Big pack of players hit the ground. No one's at it. Bodies go in hard. It'll be a ball up 10 metres into the attacking end for the Eagles. First time in attack.
The ball will be thrown up by umpire Crosby. McBean's going to do the ruck work for the Tigers. He'll be up against Redden. Aforementioned Redden takes front position, a bit of aerial ping-pong, well done to Foot. His hand pass partially smothered though, then the attempted soccer off the ground by McBean. Ends up in the hands of Gregson, got it from a teammate Motlop. A gang tackle from the Eagles, do well to hold the footy in. And it's still going to be thrown up in a dangerous area for the Eagles' defence. 20 out from the Tigers' goal. McBean gets a hit out over the back. A lot of numbers around the footy. Sinor couldn't take it cleanly. Agnew applies a tackle on foot. A good one, not rewarded. Foot, a fourth-generation Eagles player, is in trouble here. The umpire says nothing doing. And again, we'll have a stoppage. We've gone 3 and 3/4 minutes rather. It's still the Eagles, one behind. Glenelg yet to score. Ball inside attacking 50 for the Tigers. Down at the clubroom on northern end. Redden first possession. Gives it to Sinor. He's taken in a good tackle. Umpire Crosby says my footy yet again. So the fourth consecutive stoppage inside the Tigers attacking 50. The ruckman again will set themselves. Redden front position, well done though by Gregson, trapped it nicely, snapped towards goal, taken Grafrida. He's taken the ground in a tackle by Reynolds. We'll have another stoppage. We're 20 out, we're directly in front of the Tigers' goal. The Eagles lead by 1 point.
They're so hard at it, they're tough, that's why there's no space around the ball. Probably 15 players around the ball. Redden tries to kick it out, can't do it. There's the Eagles, go clear now, outside their defensive 50, out to the half-back flank on the outer side, and it's punched over. It'll be toss-up. 4.5 minutes into the game here at Team Kia Oval. It's the Eagles leading by the solitary point.
So the ball will be thrown back into play. About 55-60 out from the Tigers' goal. They're kicking to the left of your digital pass screen, or down to the clubroom's end if you're listening on SANFL radio.
Ball's thrown in. There goes Redden with his hand, brings it down. Boyd with it. Handball's off to Hall with his kick smothered. Big scramble of players trying to pull off a bit of magic. They're trying to settle down yet, Phil, aren't they? They're just still very keen, and adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah, just finding each other out in the early stages. Haven't really had any clean, true possession apart from perhaps the Hall shot on goal, but 5 minutes gone and no goals yet in the contest.
Redden in front again. Pushes his big body, pushes out wide. Ball, here comes the Bays. They're running now from the 50, kicks into the attacking area, looking for Sumner. Sumner turns and snaps over his shoulder. It's not Sumner, in fact. It was Sumner over his shoulder, went for the goals. He was 25 out. That was a good turn, very quick. Only kicked a point, no, went wide. 5.5 minutes into the game. The game's locked away. Team Kia Oval, 1 point each. Glenelg playing the Eagles.
The Eagles will take the kick out now. It'll be the 2017 best and fairest. And Jay Sinor almost gave the SANFL game away. He's getting frustrated and not getting an opportunity at league level now. Best and fairest player. The kick inside 50 though for the Tigers. McBean in box position. Couldn't take it. Good spoil Von Berto. And Close applies a tackle on Cooper Gaffney over the line. Right underneath the time clock. So it says we've just ticked into the 6-minute mark. The ball will be thrown in right where the paint of 50 joins the boundary. Right forward pocket down at the northern or clubroom's end. One behind a piece here at Team Kia Oval. Ball thrown in, Red in front position. Well rove Motlop gives it now to Scharenberg. A quick kick towards the top of the square. Good body work Reynolds. He just got 2 players to ground. He's on the right side for a left footer. Snaps around the body and Reynolds kicks the opening goal. Classy finish from a classy player. The Tigers get the first goal of the contest. And that, of course, is thanks to Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919. A 5th generation family business. A quality goal there, Doug Robertson rather, by the player in Luke Reynolds.
Absolutely fabulous football for a big man. He's grabbed that onto his left boot. It favoured him, but he pushed the ball out that way. That was really, really, really good. And he kicked it over his shoulder from a tight angle straight through the middle. And they hit the lead now, 1-1-7. The Eagles trail 1 point. Almost 7 minutes into this first quarter here at Team Kia Oval. That's a tongue tie.
It is, and that's the 30th goal on the season for Luke Reynolds now, Doug.
He deserves every one of them. He's a very good player. Great mark, great position on the ground. Ball's up and down. The ball's run out of the centre. Big scramble of plays. Push forward more than kick. They're hacked out with a soccer off the ground by White. He goes for the 1-2. Ball hits the ground. He can't quite pick it up for the very tall man. Did well to keep it in front of him. In go the boys. There's a big pack forming now. The bodies are clashing. No one can get a kick away. Tackles are fierce as the ball rolls out, and Chris Hall sees it roll over for the Eagles into their defensive area, probably 40 metres, 45 metres from goal on a tight angle. And nearly 8 minutes gone in this first quarter. Eagles trail 1 point to 1 goal 1.
Ball thrown back in, Red in front position again, down to Hall. He takes it with a hand pass, gives it off there to Sharrod. The former Port Magpie, trapped nicely there by Haynes, gives it to Foot, ducks out of the Darcy Bailey tackle. Back now to Nick Haynes. He'll kick it towards the middle of Team Kia Oval, and it's marked there nicely by Jesse Lonergan.
He's off.
Gold Coast son, he'll take a bounce. He'll now kick towards half forward, coming out on the lead. The big Sebetron, Seb Gilhouse couldn't take it. Crumb beautifully there by his teammate in Jack Hayes, kicks towards goal across the face and bounces through for a minor score. So 2 behinds Woodville West Torrens. They trail Glenelg 1-1-7. And that is 8.5 minutes gone in the first term, as the Tigers will take the quick kick out now through the player out there in Chalmers. Ball's at half-back, well trapped there by Bailey. He'll chip to centre wing, and it's marked out there by Liam McBean.
Yeah, he's a long way from goal. He's backward of centre, McBean. He hands off. The ball's gone forward now. Out the wide, there's a mark taken by the Bays. They'll push it forward again. Could have been Scharenberg. Goes in the middle. Mark taken on the chest by McCarthy. He looks round on the left boot, goes long and strong, and there's a good lead. And a beautiful mark in front of the eyes. There's be a shot for goal for the Bays. That was a lovely bit of work through the centre. A lot of run, a lot of hard work, and a very good strong lead. Coming in now for a shot for goal will be Tommy Shot.
A shot for shot.
Yeah. And that's a stammer. Not a stammer. That's actually what's happening.
It's a good ball movement again from Glenelg. That's been one of their strong points all year, Doug. They used the ball cleanly, found the target inside 50. There's nothing Paddy Graffita, the defender, could do about that kick.
Here comes Shot, 45-degree angle. He'll kick from 45. Going now to maintain the lead. He kicked it straight through the middle. Shot's kicked the goal. That's his first. Second for the mighty Tigers. They hit the front. They've got 2 goals, 13 points. They lead the Eagles 2 points. 10.5 minutes into the first quarter here at Morn Team Kia Oval in SANFL Super League football.
We've seen the difference between the two sides so far, Doug. The Eagles have had a couple of opportunities at goal inside 50, wasted them, haven't been clean, whereas conversely the Glenelg Footy Club have managed to finish off with their opportunity in front of the big sticks, and that's been the difference. Yeah,
they can afford to have McBean take the ruck in the forward line, the big full forward, because they've got people like Shot and Reynolds who lead up at the ball.
Shot, the former West Adelaide player, hails from Roxby Downs, played just the 2-3 games for the Bloods. Back in the side after a leg injury last week. So Gilhouse in the ruck for the Eagles, up against White. Interesting leg movement there from Big Jesse. And he gives a hand pass out, and the clearance will go the way of the Tigers through Snook. He'll kick to half forward, looking there for Partington. Just disposes of his opponent, and a free kick has been recognised by the umpire. Veteran umpire Theron Phillips saw exactly what I saw. And it will be a free kick going the way of the Port District's player Jack Gaffney. Of course, brother Cooper also playing in the side today.
Yeah, big White didn't want to get too close to Seb, did he?
He's a big boy, Seb Gilhouse. One of the biggest in the competition as the kick from Gaffney goes towards left half forward. Speak of the devil, there's big Seb, goes to ground, gets a hand pass out. Intercepted by the Tigers captain, though, in Curran. The spiral torpedo came from the Tigers player out there in Motlop. The kick to half forward, well done by Partington. He'll pop it to the hot spot, the top of the square, looking for Shot! Too big and too strong for his direct opponent. Hine just couldn't get body position, and Tom's Shot is marked at the top of the goal square. And it was really clever body work, Doug Robinson. Shot lining up for his second.
Yeah, strength, that's what it was. He'll drill this, he's only 12 metres out. Good strong body play against Hines, who's not a small man. So the art to that was quick delivery.
Yeah, and also knowing where the fall of the ball was. So Tom Shot lining up for his second goal in as many minutes. 11.5 gone, directly in front. He's made the goal umpire work, but he snuck it in. The Tigers go to 3 goals, 1-19 rather. They lead the Eagles 2 behinds, just about to tick into the 12-minute mark. The opening quarter of the SANFL digital pass coverage here at Mornteen Kia Oval, and it was a good finish there in the end from Shot. Just snuck it in. Made the goal umpire do a fair bit of work, Doug.
Well, that's what can happen, you know, on a very tight game like this, especially early when sides are evenly matched. One team just gets a bit cleaner. They take strong marks in the forward 50, inside the forward 50, and bingo, you hit the lead.
Interesting observer at the game at Elizabeth. Yesterday I was out there as well doing some stats with Centrals and North, and Tom Shot was out there with Liam McBean watching the two teams go at it, but Shot, a good start to his game so far, 2 goals.
Yeah, and he deserved them both. The ball's been up and down. There's a big pack for him. This will be a throw-up. As the players jump in on top of each other. Louis Sherrod right on top, agitating as he normally does. The ball's thrown up. Just outside the centre bounce. Player thrown out of the pack. Free. There's a free play on. Called now. I think we'll go back to Glenelg in the middle, and this could be Partington.
Snook, but I think time on had been called, so the umpire had to bring it back.
It's Snook with a left boot out wide. He crosses laterally. Out in the open now. The Bays punch it into the centre half forward position. Big hands goes up with Gilhouse. He brought it down. The ball's loose. Glenelg got it now. Quick handball off quick. It's a snap over the left-hand, right-hand shoulder. I don't know if it's going to make it. That was kicked by Agnew. Didn't quite make it. It's gone out wide. High ball. Hospital ball here. Big pack of players crash into it. Ball hits the ground. Right near the boundary. 2 metres from the forward pocket down the northern end of Mornteen Kia Oval.
Yeah, and Tom Shot involved again. A clever hand pass released to a Tigers teammate. Just couldn't get the straight kick on goal. The ball thrown up left forward pocket. Down there at the northern end, McBean takes it from the ruck. Good pressure, Gilhouse. Ball at ground, a clever hand pass from Motlop. Back to Bailey, back to the former captain in Bradley. The boy from Colby Bylight kicks it towards Close. His kick smothered. Great tackle in a follow-up effort there by Brad Close. And Sharrod takes it over the boundary line rugby style. Andrew Bradley back in the number 11. Former captain. The tradition at Tigerland is the captain wears number 5. Of course, big Super Carey. Previous legendary player at the Tigers. And Curran this year wearing it.
Legendary bloke too.
Yeah, very good guy. Current president of the Tigers. The ball thrown back into play. Boyd will take it cleanly there for the Eagles. His kick around the body. Looked for a teammate out there in the player in Moore. Couldn't take it cleanly. Well done by the Tigers. Comes now in the direction of a teammate. Chalmers threaded it nicely through the pack with a hand pass. Gives it to McCarthy. Now to Snook. Inside 50. Where's McBean? There's McBean! Big Liam, too big, too strong in the hands. Bomberto couldn't get a fist on it. And the SANFL's leading goal kicker, Liam McBean, takes the mark. 30 out on a slight angle in the left forward pocket, Doug.
What classic football. Beautiful mark overhead by Big Bean. He's a huge man. Stands 202 centimetres. That's huge. And the kick from the middle from Snoop was terrific. But what's happening now is the Eagles are under pressure. They're starting to get rattled and they're kicking quickly, turning it over.
Yeah, Liam McBean played 5 AFL games with Richmond. Now he's in a Tigers jumper again, but it's the Tigers of Glenelg lining up for his first goal. Left forward pocket, nice looking kick. McBean gets his first. The Tigers on a roll. They've got 4. They're 4-1-25. The Eagles 2 behinds with 15 minutes gone. And the scores thanks to Distinctive Funerals, excellence in funeral service, and a good start for the Tigers. McBean's 35th goal on the season, Doug.
That's classic football, Phil. It's long, straight, purposeful kicking to a man out the front and the strong marking by the big forwards from the Tigers. The Eagles are starting to get a bit rattled here.
Yeah, and that was what was impressive about McBean's take there. He's just such a beautiful, natural jumper of the footy and just took it at full extension, at full stretch. And there's not really a defender in the competition that can match the outstretched arms of Liam McBean.
Yeah, he's a big man, that's right. Not only 202, but he weighs 108 kilos, so you're not going to push him over easy. As the ball's up and down, big snap out by Red, and that was well done. The ball, that's Gillhouse, in fact. That was out. There's a free kick for over the shoulder. It's going to the base. This will be picked up by Partington, I think it is. Partington now runs around on the mark. He's gone outside the attacking, inside the attacking 50. Long again, looking for being taken down with one hand. Couldn't get it picked up. It's snapped over the shoulder. I think that shot again. That's a goal. That's 3 to shot. 3 goals. He picked up the crumbs. Big tall man, snapped it over his shoulder. He's 190 centimetres. He moved like a midfielder. Well done shot.
Well, it's amazing, Doug, that he'd kicked 6 goals in his SANFL career prior to today. He's kicked half of that in the opening quarter, and we haven't even got to time on. So Tom's shot proving to be the difference for the two sides, and now a worrying matchup for coach Sam Lonergan. Needs to probably look at that option.
Yeah, there's a couple of big men down there causing problems, and if you don't play in front, you've got no hope. And the Eagles have got to, when they do have the ball, they must start to use it a bit better. And we get a chain of possessions along the outer flank anyway. Just keep the ball off the base.
It's fair to say the home side rattled at the moment. We're about to tick into the 17-minute mark. They trail by 29 points. They've got the footy now. They'll get a clearance going the way through Boyd. Got it from Petrenko. The kick to half forward, a good one.
In front.
Louis Sharrod in front's taken the mark. Swings onto the right boot, inside 50. Looking for Paul, up against Virgin. Coming in from the side was Proud. Paul did really well, bobbed up nicely. Hand pass over the top though. Turned over by the Tigers defence. McCarthy with a relieving kick. Wasn't a good one though. Great attack on the footy by Lonergan. Runs towards the face of goal. Kicks at the big sticks. And misses to the left. So 3 behinds consecutively for the Eagles. And they trail the Tigers 5-1-31, 17 and a half gone in the opening term. The kick out from the Tigers was poor at the toes of Bradley, and it's forced over the boundary line for a throw in. So the ball thrown in the left forward pocket. In fact, last possession, and it will be a free kick going the way of the Eagles. It's going to be the little goal sneak, James Rowe. He's leading the Eagles goal kickers this season 2019. And it's fair to say, Doug Robinson, they need a goal at this point in time.
Oh, desperately. No goals yet, and it's nearly 18 minutes into the first quarter. This is a really hard snap for Rowe. He's tucked up right on the boundary. Only got to kick it 20 metres to score, but that's not the hard part, it's the angle. That's
exactly right. He's in the cricket wicket area. He plays on, opens up the goal face, snaps around the body and kicks the goal.
Well done.
Much needed goal there for Woodville West Torrens. They're first. They go to 1-3-9. 18 minutes gone in the first term. It's Glenelg 5-1-31 leading them. And of course, that first goal from the Eagles is thanks to KTC Entertainment, premier Australian corporate entertainment, providing the solutions to meet the needs of any event or occasion. and an important goal and an important juncture in the contest for the Eagles, Doug.
It was, and that was well done by the young man. He took his time. He couldn't have seen daylight through those two big posts, but he took his time, went back and steadied, and ran around, did the old trick everyone's doing it these days, running out into the centre of the oval, or the edge of the oval.
24th goal on the season. He leads the Eagles goal kicking. The second one behind him is the inaccurate Jack Hayes with 18-21. So James Rowe certainly taking his game to a new level.
Ruckman go it again. Big Gilhouse pushes it out, but it's the Tigers again that take it away through Partington. He's had plenty. Kicks it into the attacking 50. Running across to take the mark there. Looked to me to be Ferns to take an easy mark in the back pocket. In the back half-back flank, I should say. In fact, it was Bomberto. He's gone out to the wing. The ball rolls out. That'll be a turnover to the Bays because of that last touch rule, as you've mentioned, Phil. Back into the centre now. Partington takes the easy mark. Looks forward. Can't play on. Was well held. Looks across wide again. It's going straight across the ground to Yuba Gang. Takes a big mark. Big man, 194. Goes short. Marked beautifully by Curran. Captain Curran. Got his head up. Captain Chris looking forward. He goes wide again. The Eagles are defending well. That's one thing they do well. Back to Yuba Gang. He's hemmed in. They're pushing backwards, actually. He's behind the centre square now. He goes over the centre square to the attacking side for the Eagles, but it's punched away over the boundary. And the almost 20 minutes into the first term here, it's the Tigers leading 5-1, 31 to the Eagles 1-3-9.
3 goals in this opening term to Tom's shot. And no surprise that Tom Shot is our spotlight player for the opening quarter.
That won't surprise anyone.
Thanks to ACH Group. We'll mention those guys shortly. They're a great sponsor of Glenelg. Of course, their oval named after ACH Group as well. 65 years, they're a non-for-profit organisation, been providing services and opportunities for South Australians in the health and wellbeing service sector. So thanks to ACH Group and thanks to all our sponsors who do a wonderful job. Keep us on air here in the digital path. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. Phil Aspinall and Doug Robinson with you. The ball thrown back into play. Centre wing on that outer side. Diving on the foot in. Needing to get rid of it quickly was Gaffney. Did well. Ball spills back out now in the Tigers' direction, though. It's Partington, former Norwood player. And, of course, some AFL footy with West Coast. Gives it to Motlop. Kicks around the body. The lead from Sumner, a good one. Bob's back up to his feet. Hine just puts some good pressure on him. Tries to get out of the tackle to Sumner. He does so effectively. Steps over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in. About 52 metres out from the Tigers' goal. They lead 5-1-31. The Eagles 1-3-9 thanks to Distinctive Funerals.
He jumped up beautifully then, didn't he, the big man?
Yeah.
He's carrying a bit of weight, but he's quite nifty as Sumner.
And the ball thrown back in. McBean wins the hit out down to a teammate looking there for the player in Partington. He's wrapped up in a lovely tackle from Petrenko. Should be rewarded holding the ball. Is rewarded holding the ball. And the former Adelaide Crow, Jared Petrenko, will have the free kick. Left half back on the outer side. His side trailing 5-1-31. The Eagles 1-3-9.
Lonergan now taking the kick from Petrenko. He goes short again, Lonergan. Gone wide though. Boyd couldn't get to it. He's one hand to it as it rolled out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover to the Bays again.
I know that coach killers, that type of thing, but when your coach is your uncle, do you get away with that a little bit more?
I don't know. I think it's even worse.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a stocky boy, Lonergan, isn't he? Good, strong, stocky boy.
He should have done better, though. He's played AFL footy, not that can be any reason or otherwise, but at this level, we should have found the target.
He should have. Ball goes in high. There's Sumner over the back. Couldn't take it. He recovers brilliantly. Snapped over his shoulder, smothered. Sumner's got some spring in those feet. Spring healed, and that almost over the back of the pack. How tall is this man? He's 193. 193 and he weighs 85. That's a big person.
Yeah, he's an exciting player. Played in the reserves a fortnight ago against Central. Got the late reprieve with Josh Scott out of the side. A like-for-like replacement, but the former Gold Coast son and former Eagle started his SANFL career here. He's an exciting machine, Doug.
My word, he is. He's given a lot of trouble to Hunges so far. There's a snap by the Bays from half forward. He's 40 metres out. That's another one. Straight through his Hosey. Close, Bradley Close just kicked that goal straight through on his left foot from 40 metres. No, make that 30 metres. Easy meet.
Yeah, good crumbing there from the small player in the long sleeve jumper. A good finish there. Brad Close, just his 19th game of SANFL footy, his 6th goal. And I know the Tigers chased him for a couple of years. He's from Mount Gambier, and they persisted and got the boy they wanted. And that was a real good crumbing goal, Duggan. Good handball out from a teammate and a clever finish there from Close. Yeah,
making it difficult now, aren't they? It's 23 minutes into the time on period, and they're leading now by 29 points. 29 points up. The margin's quite, it's not insurmountable by any means, but it's still a hefty margin in the first change. The ball gets thrown up. In comes Redden, pushes it forward, out towards out towards long again. He couldn't gather it up. Back there, Partington puts on a tackle. The ball's loose. Partington again, butters up. Handball's back. Goes back to and finds easily Bradley. Bradley's and which way, then the other. Gives it to Motlop, who just has to hack it away. Redden cuts it off. Beautiful play. Over the shoulder. That's bad luck. There's a free kick given to the Eagles in the middle of the ground. They'll relieve the pressure now. Coming forward, easy over the shoulder was to Jordan Foote, former Sydney player.
So Foote now kicks towards this broadcast side, and he'll find a teammate in Hall, former Fremantle rookie.
That's what you expect from AFL football, a beautiful kick.
Yeah, he's probably the Eagles' best player. So Chris Hall go inside attacking 50, looking for a teammate, Haynes. Good spoil over the back there from the Tigers player in Chalmers, taken by McCarthy. Going to ground in the tackle, ball tucked up against the boundary line. The umpire comes in and says, my ball. A bit of feeling between the two boys out there, Doug. There's no love lost between the player in Angus Paul and Chris Curran as the ball thrown back up. Hayes goes up rather for the Eagles, coming over the top with a hand pass coming there from McCarthy. Comes back out in the direction there of Gregson. Back in board now. A clever hand passes, releases a teammate Reynolds. Good ball movement from Glenelg, who go over the top and give it off to Shot, the goal kicker. There's nothing inside 50 for the Tigers. Close has got it. He can draw a teammate. Snooker want to get on the left boot. He goes inside attacking 50. Great running here from Scharenberg. He's in some space underneath the scoreboard. Scharenberg kicks towards goal. Across the face and intercepted there by Vomberto. So a wasted opportunity from the Tigers, and Vomberto will relieve for the Eagles. He comes to this broadcast side and he's found a teammate in Chris Hall, who has the footy, 45 from defensive goal for the Eagles.
Fantastic rebound footy by the Bays. They didn't finish it off, but there's ominous signs here. They're shaping up really, really good. From the half-back flank, as Hine just kicks up and it's chopped off. Another turnover, this time Chalmers goes low and long. Picked up, easy mark on the chest to Shot. Tom turns around and puts it in the hot spot. McBean late on the scene, and Lonergan takes a strong mark to relieve the pressure from the Bays in his attack, defensive 50. He goes short now. Mark should be taken by Rowe. It is. Getting stronger and stronger, Rowe. He's got a good body. Goes out wide, lovely kick looking for Paul. Takes the mark easy on the members' wing. Right in front of the comedy box as the players run past. Ball's knocked out of his hand by Gregson. Umpire says that was not on. 50-metre penalty. Very unlucky for Gregson then. Paul goes to play on. Umpire said he was behind the mark. There's some controversy here because Chalmers tried to grab him and Paul wouldn't let him do. The ball was spilled out, but the umpire said he was still behind the mark. Take the kick. Paul goes into the half-forward hot spot, hits the ground. Big pack of players. Ball shoveled out. Handball quickly by Bradley. Ball's hacked out there underneath the ball. Beautifully marked by Reynolds. He's tough, he's strong. On the left boot, he swings round. Looking for open space. McBean can't get there. Too slow, the big man. And it's taken there by Joe Seno, but tackled by McBean. Therefore, the numbers came into play and the Eagles get it away through a nice left foot kick there by Gaffney.
So Hall got it in the end, gives it inboard to Sharrod now with Ferns, the boy from Seaton Ramblers, inside 50, looking for a teammate. Good fly at the back from Haynes. He couldn't quite take it. Applies a good tackle. Hine just in there as well. And it was the Jack variety, Jack Hayes and Hine just in there as well. Both flying for the footy, but the ball in a dangerous area for the Tigers' defence. Up goes the ball. Good ruck work from White. Comes down to Petrenko, snaps around the body. Dribbles over the boundary line. It'll be last possession free kick, but it was a fascinating scene, Doug, with the umpire Theron Philp and, of course, the player Elliot Chalmers from the Tigers. They had a fair bit to say to each other. It looked pretty vocal and pretty strongly worded, and a heated exchange is probably the best description for it.
Yeah, exactly. Emotions are running high, but that's good good communication, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ubergang took the kick out for the Tigers, but it's been intercepted there by Jesse Lonergan. He'll kick inside 50, a pack flies, couldn't quite take it. Jack Hayes, good crumbing at ground level. The Tigers' defence under some pressure. Hine just in there as well for the Eagles. And the ball will be bounced down about 15 metres out from the Eagles' goal. 27.5 gone. They trail 6-1-37. The Eagles 1-3-9 thanks to Distinctive Funerals. Ball thrown up in the air. White with a hit out over the top, looking there for the aforementioned Chalmers. Ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in left forward pocket down there at the northern end. 28 gone. It is Glenelg 6-1-37 leading the Eagles 1-3-9, and you're with Doug Robertson.
This is the best Glenelg side we've seen in a few years. This is a good, hard, even team. As the ball's thrown in, White going for it, two hands, pushes it forward, straight into the hands of Bradley. He runs wide, kicks it deliberately to halfback, just Looks like Sharrod took the rebound, Spalding took the rebound, over the top to a big pack of players, punched out.
You mentioned the Glenelg side being an impressive one, Doug. For mine, right at this point in time, I actually have them as the premiership favourites. I think they're playing really good footy. They're settled under second-year coach Mark Stone. They've got a great team spread. They can lose a Lachlan Hosey in the mid-season draft and still be able to cover him, and I think Glenelg, they're the flag favourites for mine.
Yeah, absolutely. They're calm, aren't they? They don't panic. They're a good mob. Ball's in a pack now, just thrown out quickly. Big scramble of players in the defensive 50 for the Tigers. Lonergan handball out wide. Taken there by Gaffney. Jack Gaffney goes with the right boot. Long, strong from 49. He's kicked the goal. He's kicked the goal. His first goal. The Eagles second. They go on to 2 goals, 3, 15. They trail the Tigers on 6-1, 37. And it's 29 minutes into the first quarter here at Morn Team Kia Oval.
Yeah, timely goal from the Eagles and a good finish there from just outside 50 from Jack Gaffney. But I can't help be impressed by Jesse Lonergan. It's the first time I've seen him live, Doug, and I really was impressed by his releasing handball. Put it into some space. He'll be disappointed that he turned the footy over earlier in the quarter, but a good finish in the end from Gaffney, and goes without saying, and a much-needed goal for the Eagles.
My word, they're still under pressure here, but at least they're not panicking too much. They're starting to use the ball a bit better. In close, the handballs are good. That was a good cut-off when the Tigers hacked it out. So there's the penalty that you pay if you're not controlled.
Yeah, 29.5 gone first term. Umpire Harris will get proceedings back underway. Redden up against White in the cricket wicket boggy area. Partington, as he does most occasions, gets a nice clearance, gives it to Bradley. Back now to Motlop, the former North Adelaide player. One of Best and Ferris at the Roosters. Back to Bradley. Gives it now to a flanking teammate in McCarthy. The kick a good one. Hard up against the line. Centimetre perfect. The mark not taken in the end by Scharenberg under some hot pressure from Sinor. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Left half forward flank. In front of the Jarman stand here at Morn Tia Oval. The ball will be held back over the boundary umpire's shoulder. 30 minutes gone. It's 37 plays 15. Glenelg 6-1, 37. The Eagles 2-3, 15. 22-point advantage to the visitors. Sumner attacks the footy hard. Good work at the back there from his opponent to apply. Good tackle. Is it rewarded? Nothing doing. Behind just the aforementioned tackler. Now Hall. He'll release with a run from half-back. Gets out of defensive 50. Turns back in ball with a hand pass to Sharrod. The former Port Magpie steps around his opponent. Releases Ferns. Handball inboard is a good one. Now to Cooper Gaffney. Off the left boot. He'll look to half forward. Couldn't quite take it out there. Moore. Span on a dime. Got a hand pass out in the end. Did the Tigers captain in Curran. He'll go short and find a teammate out there in Partington who got it from Reynolds, and it's Luke Partington with the ball. Centre wing, outer side.
He's had stacks of it. Partington pushes it in again to the attacking 50, whether it's a one-on-one. Uses his body well and pushing back. It's great play there by the Glenelgs. Close. Ball's hit the ground. They've gone out wide now. Mark taken by the Eagles in defence. That's Senor. He kicks long as the siren sounds to end the first quarter here at Morn Team Kia Oval. With the away team, the visitors, Glenelg 6-1, 37, 22 points in front of the Eagles, 2 goals, 3, 15 at quarter time.
Yeah, a good quality quarter of footy, and the Tigers certainly the better side in that opening term. And we have the goal kickers rather, we'll give them to you for the Tigers. It is 3 there to Tom Schott, and then singles apiece in budget order to Liam McBean, Luke Reynolds and Brad Close. And the Glenelg goal scorers, thanks to Telstra Store, Glenelg. While for the Eagles, their goal kickers, just the 2 of them, singles to Jack Gaffney and James Rowe. Thanks to iCore Insurance, we make it easy to get you the right insurance. We visit you, we make the claims easier. iCore Insurance, a good sponsor of Woodville West Torrens. So quarter time scores, we see the Glenelg side 6-1, 37, the Eagles 2-3, 15. I think those late goals for the Eagles certainly kept them in the contest, Doug, but for mine, the Tigers certainly rewarded with some cleanup. That board, of course, the scoreboard, thanks to Distinctive Funerals, excellence in funeral service, sees Glenelg 6-1, 37, the Eagles 2-3, 15, the visitors by 22 points. We won't have the second quarter too far away, just waiting for the crowd to disperse off of the pristine Morn Team Kia Oval. Here in the suburb of Woodville South, a beautiful wintry day here in Adelaide. Those 2 words don't normally go hand in hand, but it's a little bit cloudy, plenty of blue sky around, probably about a top of 16 or 17 degrees at the moment, so not too far away from the second term resuming veteran umpire Theron Philp, who's announced this will be his last season of umpiring. Done over 500 games, including junior SANFL games. He holds the ball aloft, the second term underway. On the digital pass, your first caller is Doug Robertson.
Ball thrown up now in the middle. The big men jump at it. It's Redden with a left hand, pushes it out, straight down towards Comitigiani. He takes the ball, gets a free for over the shoulder. So it's Comitigiani to go forward now. The rookie. He played 27 games. This is his 27th. Finds a target. Beautifully done by Nick Hayes. A leading target. Maybe that's the message. There's Angus Poole, leading target. Still outside the attacking 15. Run on was Comet Gianni, and he's taken the mark right on the edge of the attacking 50. He plays on quickly now. Goes up and under a little bit. Running forward for the ball is big Seb Gilhouse, and he's taken a mark in front of his eyes, and nobody was cutting him off because the big train was coming through and nobody wanted to get bruised back.
Big Seb in fine form, kicking 4 goals against Norwood a fortnight ago when the Eagles last played, and this has been one thing he's certainly improved in his area of expertise, is goal kicking, because we know he can ruck. It's just a matter of his ball use, and can he kick his first goal of the contest, Doug?
On a tight angle for a left footer, head over the ball, he's chipped it through, he's chipped it straight through. That is a beautiful goal, and the first one to the big man. The third goal for the Eagles. They now go on to 3-3, 21. They trail Glenelg 6-1, 37. And that's thanks to KTC Entertainment. Well done to Big Seb. He's now given some life back to the Eagles, and they are jumping around him. They're still patting his back and slapping his hands.
Yeah, he's a real character. We were chatting about him off air, Doug. He's studying drama, wants to be an actor. He's done many things, modelling. Big Seb. He played some footy in the NTFL, as I said, with both Nightcliff Tigers rather than the Southern Districts Crocodiles. But his second stint at the Eagles started out at Glenelg and spent some time at the Doggies. Was the Advertiser Player of the Year Ruckman in 2013. As I said, now adding goal kicking to his resume. So we're back in the middle. Umpire gets the footy aloft. The hit out goes the way of Jesse White, but the clearance should go to the Eagles. Boyd with a slight fumble. Good pressure there from Motlop. Scharenberg comes in, gives it off now to a teammate. A good shepherd there from White. He gets it back to Jonty. Goes inside 50, looking for Reynolds. Couldn't quite take it close with a good tackle on his opponent's sign, or the handball over the top from Gregson. Now to Agnew. Stuff around the body. There's an answering goal to the Tigers. Bradley Agnew gets his first goal, and it is the opening goal for the Tigers in the second term. And the first goal for Glenelg, of course, in this term, thanks to Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919, a fifth-generation family business. And there's the immediate answer, Doug Robinson, and a clever snap from Agnew.
Yeah, that's how you hurt them, isn't it? That really hurts when you think you just might be balancing the ledger, and then bang, they come back within a minute and kick the goal. That was good work by Big Agnew. He's a fair lump of a lad himself, but looked like a midfielder, kicked over his left shoulder, only from 20 metres, but you know, it was on an angle on the run, under pressure, good goal. Yeah,
it's good to see him playing forward. He carved his career out mainly as a defender, the boy from Mount Burr, and had a year off last year back in the SANFL, and has kicked his first goal.
Ball up and down in the centre, hacked out of the middle by Jesse White, trying to bring the ball in there with Jack Ferns. He can't. Ball's out now. Redden's loose. Took a handball. Dodges around. Done a bit of magic. Kicks the ball towards the attacking 50. Punched away wonderfully by Curran. Ball's loose again. Eagles have got hold of his. Petrenko can't take it. Fumbles the ball. Picks up. Back on his left foot. Looked for the handball, but ended up with a floater. Gone forward, and that's just what they don't need, a floater in the forward. Angus Paul grabbed it, but it beat him across the line. Umpire was only 5 metres away. He's nailed it. No remonstrations from Angus Paul. That was out.
Yeah, he was definitely in the right position, was the boundary umpire, but there's a bit happening off the footy, and I think it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Eagles. So some remonstration between a couple of players out there. Matty Snook involved as well. And in the end, the result, Doug Robertson, is a free kick going to Nick Hayes. And now 25-metre penalty.
25th. Well, and they're pushing and messing around again. The Tigers don't want to do this. I know it's hard to keep your temper, but you've got to win the game. Then you can brag, you can do all the pushing you want.
Yeah, so Hayes, the recipient of the 25, he'll be lining up for his first goal directly in front, about 20 metres out, Doug.
Nick Hayes will not miss this. Comes in now, bit of a stutter in his step. Straight down from 30 metres, keeps it low, keeps it straight. That's an easy goal. Nick Hayes goes his first goal, fourth one for the Eagles. They go on to 4-3, 27 points. They trail the Tigers 7-1, 43. And it's 4.5 minutes into the second term here at Morn Team Kia Oval.
As I said earlier, the Hayes boys certainly caused some headaches for defenders across the competition. 70 goals between them last year earlier, and that's the 19th goal on the season now for Jack, who, interesting enough, was a very talented junior. Read some reports during the week on him, kicked 74 goals playing for Sacred Heart College in just half a season, Doug. So an amazing performance there by the former Brisbane Lions rookie. Actually represented the NEFL in a state game against South Australia about 6 or 7 years ago.
That's a bit cruel, isn't it?
Now he's back home playing for the Eagles. Played some state footy himself as a junior as well. Back in the middle, Redden with a hit out, but it's going to go the way of the Tigers. Coming now nicely through his Motlop. He'll run his full measure, kick towards the top of the square. McBean flies close there as well. Ball spills out the back. Tigers have some numbers. Reynolds gets a shepherd, handballs back to a teammate, intercepted by Sinor. The ball was over the boundary line, was it? No, a throw, so a good decision from umpire Mitch Harris. It's going to be a free kick coming all the way back to Paddy Graffrida, the standalone captain today, with Luke Thompson, a late withdrawal with a hamstring strain during the week. Matty Goldsworthy as well. The old man injury, as he said to me off air. Calf injury by Matty Goldsworthy at training as Graffrida's kick comes down to looking for Reynolds. And in the end, it'll be a free kick going the way of the big man in Redden.
Maybe the Tigers are losing their concentration.
Yeah, they're getting a bit rattled at the moment and a little bit of discipline as the kick from the big man Redden was a good one. And he's found the goal kicker in Nick Hayes, the boy from BSR. Brinkworth, Spalding, Red Hill, up there in the mid-north. Pointing some direction towards Lonergan. He's going to go in that direction. Couldn't ignore his fellow teammate, number 1, Jesse Lonergan. A nice kick now and finds his teammate in Foot. So Jordan Foot, as Doug said earlier, former Sydney Swans listed player, kicks down looking for Ferns. Could have had the arms chopped out. Well done there by the player in Paul. Sockers it off the ground, but first two there for the Tigers is the player in Joseph. Escorted it over the line. The Eagles fans wanted deliberate. Nothing doing, said the umpire. Great to see Jordan Foot come back to the Eagles. He's a fourth-generation player, as I said. Dad David played for both Woodville and West Torrens. Grandpa John played for West Torrens, and of course great-grandfather Edward also played for the Eagles. As the ball's thrown back in, left forward pocket in the Eagles forward line. A good hit out over the top from Gilhouse, taken there by the player in Hull. He's wrapped up in a team tackle from the Tigers and will go nowhere for a bounce down. About 35, 40 metres out from goal. We've gone 7 minutes. Glenelg 7-1-43, the Eagles 4-3-27, thanks to Distinctive Funerals. Another good hit out from Gilhouse. Player there in Petrenko wraps his opponent up in a tackle. We'll have another stoppage. It's about 40 out from the Tigers' goal, the Eagles' goal rather, and they lead by 17 points. 7 minutes gone. It is Glenelg 7-1-43, the Eagles 4-3-27.
Gilhouse taps it out, but taken by the Bays. Big pack of players, snared him. Two players have got him, take him to ground. Can't even tell you who it is until they get off him. There was 3 Eagles all over the one solitary Tiger on the bottom of the pack. McCarthy, he's a tough guy. Up goes the ball. Big Gilhouse, can't get it. Kept away by White. Gets the rebound, Gilhouse. Handballs to no one. Hits the ground and in go the bodies. The excitement's worn off. There's a snap out of the pack by Hall. Goes forward, but one man standing back is a Glenelg defender. Takes an easy mark on his chest. Ubergang on the last line of defence, actually standing between the goal and point post as he comes forward now. Going to the left-hand side with the outer side of the wing. Beautiful long 55-metre kick, well outside the 50. There's a push, umpire says. The umpire's picked up a push. I can't see who was going to just yet. It's behind play. The umpire's grabbed it. It's going to Petrenko.
Yeah, that's the second free kick paid off the footy, Doug. So ill-discipline from both sides, and Glenelg getting a little bit frustrated at the moment. That would frustrate coach Mark Stone.
And that was McCarthy who gave that away. You don't want to start doing it. See, they're a little bit tired now. They've run off their nerves and the adrenaline. Now it's just down to solid football. So these are when the teams level out a bit and these sorts of things come in. They can't let that happen though. Petrenko now. He'll kick from 45 on an angle, slide angle. Beautiful off the boot. Goes to the right-hand side. Umpire makes plenty of room. That's only a point. So that's the Eagles. 4 goals for 28. They trail Glenelg 7-1-43. 9 minutes into the second term at Woodville.
So Ubergang takes the kick out for the Tigers. McBean flies, couldn't quite take it. Good work from Burdo. In there, Sinor as well, but close comes through for the Tigers. Gets it out to Bailey, gives it back to the running player in McBean. The big fella off the left boot, kicks it towards the arc of 50. First there for the Eagles, Graffrida. Good tackle from Shot. He got a hand pass out. In the end, it's Cooper Gaffney. In fact, it's brother Jack Rather, who'll come to this broadcast side looking for Foot. Uses his body well. And against his direct opponent, Darcy Bailey, Jordan Foot takes a nice mark. So centre wing, broadcast side, the chip over the top to the former Henley boy in Sinor. Needs to get the boot to ball quickly. The little dribbling kick, looking for Jack Hayes. A good hand pass releases a teammate in Sharrett. Inboard with a handball now. Good work from Moore over the top to the voice of Hall. He'll thread his way through the traffic. Gives it back towards Sharrett. The Eagles overusing the footy. And good pressure from Glenelg coming in. Applying a good tackle was the Tigers player there in Agnew. So the ball in between the arc of 50 and centre half forward. Umpire Harris throws the footy up. White with a clear hit out for the Tigers, looking for a teammate, Joseph. Bursting his way through the pack there was Sharrett. He gets it back now. He was dispossessed when taken off the footy. I thought a free kick could have gone against White. Nothing doing, said the umpire. And Michael Virgin, the former Rooster, gives the ball back to umpire Harris. So up goes the footy. We're closer to the arc of 50. Good work from Reddenham. Hit out over the top. McCarthy in there for the Tigers. Jack Ferns does beautifully well. Got a hand pull out of sorts. That should have been a throw. The umpire was blindsided to the play. Joseph just gets his kick away. Good chase down tackle from behind, although a free kick will be paid against Nick Haynes. As we hear the Glenelg fans just in front of us having a bit to say to the umpire. And Joseph telling umpire Harris that should be downfield. I tend to agree with him. But umpire Mitch Harris is saying come back to where you got tackled. So Hayes, Joseph, the former Carlton player, chips short and finds McCarthy. He'll find Partington now, just backward of centre wing in front of your broadcast team. Doug Robinson and Phil Aspinall, your digital pass commentary team. McBean flies, couldn't get a spoil on it. And a good intercept mark by Von Berto.
He's stuck in his game, hasn't he? He didn't get flustered.
Former forward, spent a year as a rookie with the Crows in 2011, the boy from Kadina. Jake Von Berto, a year off overseas a couple of seasons ago. It's a good, well-weighted kick and finds Hall. Hall plays on, the kick was partially smothered by Agnew. Lux of Fortune spills to Jack Hayes, gives it to Foot. Kicks inside 50, one-on-one down there for the big man Gilhouse. Up against Hubert Gang, he did really well, the Tigers defender. He'll clear defensive 50 with a kick, looking for close. Good body work there from Gaffney, applies a shepherd for Hall. Handball over the top to Foot. He'll step back inboard on the right boot, goes inside 50, looking for more. Good spoil by Proud. He was very good in defence for the Tigers. Coming in over the top, look to be more for the Eagles. The Tigers fans want a free. Nothing doing, said the umpire. 12 minutes gone in the second term. It's Glenelg 7-1-43. They lead the Eagles 4-4-28. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals, you're with Doug Robertson.
Ball's pushed away by Redden over the boundary. It'll be a throw in. About 10 metres from the attacking 50 at the northern end for the Eagles. And what's happened now is that the Eagles have set up a wall across the one kick behind play, and they're playing a defensive game and taking back the initiative from the Bays, who slaughtered them at that very game in the first quarter as the ball's thrown in over the top of both ruckmen. White gets a tap after it bounces high. There's a big pack of plays. This will be a ball up. The umpire comes in.
Some quick scores from around the grounds, Doug. It's Sturt 7-1-43, leading the South Adelaide side 3-2-20. Scores locked away, 29 apiece at Norwood and Adelaide. And, of course, Westies and Port, 47 to the Magpies, 14 to the Bloods down the road at Alberton.
Tigers and Eagles, 15 points the margin to the travelling side, to the Bays. The ball down in front of the goal for the Eagles. Here comes a snap over the shoulder by Rowe. He's smothered as he kicks it, goes through for a point. The umpire says there's a free kick, I think. No,
I think it went out of bounds.
Out on the full. Yeah, out on the full, right by the boundary.
So a free kick for the Tigers, and taking it now, looking to play on is Hubert Gang. He's called to play on by the umpire. Good pressure there on the line by Nick Hayes. So Hubert Gang's kick goes towards that outer side. A good spoiled discipline there from Von Berto, but it's in the arms now of Curran. The high up and under kick from the captain. The Eagles have some numbers sitting under it. A lack of talk though. Good roving from Snook, the two-time best and fairest. Gives it off to Partington. Gives it back to Shot. He's in a bit of trouble. Steps over the boundary line. Umpire says no opportunity to dispose of, so a boundary throw in the result. So we're just about to tick into the 14-minute mark. 15-point margin to the visitors. Glenelg 7-1-43. The Eagles 4-4-28. Digital pass coverage 2019 statewide Super League. It's from the clearance. Boyd will go forward now. The former Panther and Dog inside 50. Good spoil from Curran. Ball tapped at ground level. Paul takes it underneath the time clock. He can steady the kick towards goal. Gilhouse didn't get a favourable bounce. Numbers back for the Tigers in defence. Proud with a hand pass. Releases Bradley. Got a good shepherd from Joseph. A nice relieving kick finds Reynolds, who juggles it on the third attempt. And from a Port Magpie, Luke Reynolds kicks in border. It's a dangerous kick. Shot nudged under it. Nothing doing. A turnover from the Tigers. Paul with the footy through the wicket area of Woodville here. Montine Keir Oval. Boyd out there at half forward, coming through row, couldn't quite take it. Hall in there as well. Defensively, the Tigers did well. Good work there from McCarthy off the left boot. Chip short. Should be a free kick for in the back. It is a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Brad Agnew. He's at left half back on the outer side. 14 and a half gone second term. It is Glenelg 7-1-43. The Eagles 4-4-28. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals, you're again with Doug Robertson.
Agnew with the ball on half back flank. Right up against the boundary. Goes short. Easy mark to Lotlop, who's been handy. He didn't like a bit of attention 10 minutes ago in this quarter when There's a bit of pushing and shoving. He carried it on a little bit behind the play, but he's back on the ball. Good player is Motlop, very good player, and he should keep his mind on the game. Goes out wide, the ball's punched over the boundary.
It was actually his third SANFL club. I mentioned earlier he played in a best and fairest for North Adelaide, but he also played some SANFL footy for West Adelaide back before we had AFL reserves teams. He was aligned to the Bloods and played for 2 waffle teams as well, so it's fair to say he's a bit of a football journeyman.
Yeah, he certainly can play, and he's fit, he's always fit, no matter where he's playing. Sherrod's playing one hell of a game here, you know, in a defensive style. He's just got the handball out there now. Goes now over to the half-forward line, but it's marked taken by Reynolds. It could have been Curran, in fact, that's who it was, Captain Curran. Out to Joseph, takes the easy mark. The last line of defence. Bradley looking for an easy chip over, but he's been ignored, thankfully. Ball's gone into the centre. The Eagles, the Tigers take an easy mark. Play on, down through the middle, nice kick. Easily taken, beautifully taken on the run to close. He handballs off. Ball's forward now, it's up in front of Sumner. He gets the ball slip behind, picks up nicely. He's from 45-50. He's gone head over the ball, nicely kicked off the boot. But it's 1 point. It was very unlucky. He did that well. Unfortunately, just overrun behind us.
Yeah, 2 behinds now for Sumner. Takes the Eagles along to, they're there for 4:28, and the Tigers go along to 7:44. As the ball now on centre wing on the outer side. Proud there for Glenelg. Needs to get off with the footy was Chalmers. He was pinged holding the ball. A good tackle from his fellow number 12 in Jack Hayes. And I think Chalmers wasn't expecting that. He was bracing for contact, and he might be a little bit worse for wear. As Foot puts his hand up for the footy, and he'll win a free kick. Undue pressure there from the Tigers defender in Curran.
He's been okay, Foot.
Yeah, he's certainly been, for mine, one of the Eagles' best players. He's a good user of the ball, and this is no exception. He'll go towards Sharrod. Right half forward, he'll kick inside 50. The lead comes from Hayes, and that was Nick Variety. Touched over the boundary line, so we'll have a throw in the right forward pocket. At the club room or northern end, we've gone 17 minutes in this second term. Doug Robertson, Phil Aspinall, later on in the contest. Doug will give us his 3-2-1 votes for the Digital Pass Player of the Year award. The SANFL giving $2,000 to the best player. We'll give you an updated leaderboard later on throughout the call as well. The ball thrown in underneath the scoreboard. Virgin applies a tackle there on Poole. Nothing doing, said the umpire. We'll have a stoppage inside attacking 50 for the Eagles. They'd love a goal just before time on. They trail 4-4-28. Glenelg 7-2-44. Gilhouse with the ruck work. Nice hit down looking for a teammate. Bradley there for Glenelg. The hand pass intercepted by Rowe. Gets it back out to a teammate in Boyd. He was surely legged, and it will be a free kick going to James Boyd. McBean, unaware of the whistle being blown, applied a tackle on Boyd as well. And in the end, it will be a free kick to James Boyd. And he's going to be about 40 out by the time he kicks the footy. Distance isn't the strong point of James Boyd. This for mine will be right on his measure.
Talk about journeyman. Boyd, he's been a star at South, Centrals and here. Star at every club.
Yep, he's played a fair bit of footy. 41 for the Panthers, 69 games including a flag for the Dogs in 2010. And notched up his 200th game earlier in the season. Played some reserves footy this year. James Boyd, a shuffling approach. High up and under kick. Distance not an issue. Is it a matter of accuracy? It's a goal to the Eagles. Boyd gets his first. He's happy with it. And at the 18.5-minute mark, the Eagles go to 5-4-34. Glenelg 7-2-44. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals and for all the attacking that Glenelg have done. I thought for mine they've been the better side, but the Eagles, Doug Robertson, certainly making a fist of it.
Yeah, well, they're making the opportunities, but they've got this defensive structure up now. Sherrod is playing one hell of a game underground, so to speak. He's doing the hard work and the body bulk. Saw him put in the body and Shepherd behind the play, right on the game. That makes the space open for people like Boyd and the other runners like Petrenko to come through and Lonergan. He's done a massive work this quarter.
Yeah, he's renowned for his hardness, Louis Sharrod, former Port Magpie, and the boy from St Michael's as we're back in the middle and the ball's underway.
Ball come out now, it's the Bays first at it. Over the top of him. Could be Snook, no. Could be Snook, he's cutting up from the bottom. Straight hard out the ball and he was claimed by Ferns. Ball still in the centre square. It's 19.5 minutes. Ball's thrown up, 10 points the difference. Margin to the Bays. Ball's loose now. Kicked in by Partington. Just hacked it. They lost composure. Straight into the hands of Gafrida. And that's what I was talking about earlier. They're losing composure. Ball's gone out wide now. Eagles running for it. Should get it his foot. He's got it. Dances round, missed it. The ball's past him. Outnumbered by the two Bays defenders. Has gone back in forward. There's another good mark by Gafrida. In front. Eyes on the ball. thought he was going to get whacked, but didn't stop.
He's such an unheralded player, Paddy Graffita, an unassuming defender, and gets the job done every week.
Tough, yeah. Good old style football. It won't be remembered for the highlights package, but he'll be remembered by all his teammates.
Absolutely. As his kick found Petrenko, and he'll go short. And he's found Louis Sharrod. And the player spotlight in this second term is Jordan Foote. We talked about him earlier. And that, of course, is thanks to Elders Flinders Park, building clients for life. As the kick from Sharrod goes out towards centre wing and finds the goal kicker in Boyd. Just backward of centre wing on the outer side here at Maughtine Keir Oval. And he finds the aforementioned Jordan Foote, the player spotlight in this second term. So Foote's kick is a good one. He's got a teammate in Moore. He's been quiet today. Reserves goal kicking leader last season. And great courageous mark. Backing back, not knowing was coming. Looked to be Michael Virgin, the former Rooster. 35 games for North Adelaide.
That would have gone straight into the lap of Hayes there if he didn't jump in.
He's a real character, Michael Virgin. I got to know him quite well when he was at North. Did some commentating with us on the digital pass. He's a passionate man.
His father was a president at North.
Still is, I think, Lee. Yep. As the mark has been taken now, looks like it's Proud. Third generation footballer at SANFL level. Proud's kick, body work out there from Sumner was allowed. I thought for mine it should have been a push in the back. He applies a good tackle on his opponent. And we'll have a ball up centre wing. Jordan Foote at the bottom of the pack. As the umpire's going to throw the footy aloft. He's just waiting for the two ruckmen to get there. It'll be the big man, Mick Bean. In fact, it's White, rather, up against Gilhouse. Ball ricocheted over the boundary line. Yeah, Max Proud, I wanted to touch on him. Great reward for effort. Had a lot of injuries the last few seasons. Managed to get himself a state game earlier this year. And the boy from Plympton, a third-generation SANFL footballer. His grandpa Bob played for North and Dad Tony played just one game for West Adelaide. And Proud now in the leadership group for the Tigers as the Eagles will go forward again through Boyd with a clearance. Good fist on the ball there from Hayes. Ball spills back out in the Moore direction. Hard up against the line, can't keep it in. A little bit of frustration taken out on McCarthy. We'll have a ball in on that outer side. It is 22 gone in the second term. It's Glenelg 7-2-44, leading the Eagles 5-4-34, thanks to Distinctive Funerals.
Tigers have been kept to 1-1 this quarter after a 6-goal opening term. Good fight back by the Eagles. Up and down is Gilford. He's still got Gilhouse, still got the ball. He gives off, trying to get it out, but unluckily was Boyd. Efficiently, the ball's out now wide, running with the Gregson for the Tigers. He's taken down. The ball's kicked back. A cut over, a turnover. It's gone back and up from the back. Was a big jump, but Agnew couldn't get it. Couldn't punch it away. The ball's loose now. Into the attacking 15 for the Eagles. Handball out from the bottom of the pack. They go back one time. They're Sharrod with a left foot snap, going to the hot spot. Big jump. Paul gets in, but he's too short. Running past with an easy goal. Well done. That's a second goal there. Good work too. The Eagles, and wonderfully done by James Rowe, the little stocky rover, showing some of his talent. They go now, Eagles 6-4, 40 points, only 4 points behind the Eagles on 7-2. Big quarter by the Eagles, well done by Rowe.
Yeah, beautiful crumbing there. If you wanted to show your youngster the perfect vision on how to crumb a pack front and square, that was exactly that by James Rowe. His 25th goal now on the season. He's the Eagles' leading goal kicker, as we touched on, and the Eagles' Doug Robertson right back in this contest.
They certainly are. 4-point margin, 23 minutes and a half into the second term, just for half-time. And at one stage, the Tigers are totally dominating. Even at the start of this quarter, they were very, very in control, but not anymore. This is a very even game.
4 points, as Doug said.
In fact, the Eagles have control right now.
Yeah, they've got the momentum, have Woodville West Torrens. We're back in the middle. White up against Redden. Neither ruckman wanted a decisive hit out. Ferns applies a tackle on Agnew. A little bit of mud in his eye for his troubles, right in the muddy cricket wicket area here. Resumption of play, sees the clearance go the way of Motlop. He got a hand pass to White off the right boot, kicks towards half forward, close, couldn't quite take it. He's wrapped up in a tackle there by Sinor. Ball comes out in the Gregson direction, and he's taken to ground by Jack Gaffney. Another stoppage we will have. So the umpire will throw the ball up right at true centre half forward. Just waiting for the ruckman to separate. White up against Redden. White just manhandled his opponent out. The umpire allowed it, but a good smother there from the Eagles player in Lonergan. Got a hand pass out now with the Eagles in Hall. A touch of the fumbles, but luck's a fortune. He breaks away from the contest. He'll kick to half forward. Looking down there for a teammate. Hayes created a contest. More over the top. Rowe gets out the back. He'll kick towards goal. Can James kick his third? Rowe kicks a third. The Eagles are in front. 24 and a half gone, the Eagles 7-4-46, Glenelg 7-2-44. Again, great crumbing James Rowe. The boy can play, the son of a gun, And the Eagles, Doug Robinson, are in front.
Wonderful play there, just efficient football. Go long, take the ball off hands, give it to a running player, and from 40 metres off the side of his boot, mind you, bang, 2 steps and he kicked that goal. Wonderful work.
It was a fantastic finish, and for mine it said that he doesn't have a left footer. He wasn't confident in it because he did, as you called it well, Doug, kick the right foot check side. Nonetheless, the result is the umpire putting the 2 fingers up, and the Eagles, as we said, all the momentum, they're now in front.
5 goals they've kicked this quarter, 5 goals, 1 to solitary, 1 goal, 1. They're in control as the ball's up and down. Redden pushes it down, pack of players. Agnew gets the handball out to Partington. Handballs again out wide to Scharenberg, beautifully on his own, looks up, looks for a target, nicely done. McBean, oh no, the umpire disagreed. Umpire said he's pushed him, he did not, he hit him in the side with his body. Bad decision, I reckon, but it's now in Sherrod's hands. The Eagles are outside their defensive 50. Unlucky there, McBean. Beautiful work by Scharenberg.
The Tigers fans, the slouts voicing their opinion.
And I don't doubt it. They deserve to be a bit angry. So as Close takes a, Foot takes an easy mark for the Eagles. He goes nicely done. Just drops the ball into a hole. And there's Nick Hayes standing alone. He takes the mark right on the member's wing. Only minutes going before half-time. His short kick's taken by Boyd. Boyd's been handy. He's been good. The Hayes brothers must get into this more. Ball's gone on. There's Big Redden on his own at the back. He's just over the top a little bit. One hand up and run away now by Agnew. Agnew's lost it. He's dropped it to the ground. In goes hard and tough was Petrenko. Big pack now. The bodies are flying in. And there's some pushing now as the umpire goes in to relieve the pressure to throw the ball up.
No surprise, Aaron Joseph involved from the Tigers. He loves a bit of a scuffle, so the ball thrown up inside, attacking 50 for the Eagles.
Clever.
Good hit out from Redden into some space there for Foot. Virgin there for the Tigers as well. A good race for pace. Coming in, Ferns lends support for the Eagles. Virgin outnumbered. Did really well to cause the stoppage as he applies a tackle. And the umpire lets the ball go on. Well done, Michael Virgin, outnumbered 2-on-1. Showed great enthusiasm to hold the footy in.
Clever.
Another ball up.
Clever knock by Redden to make some space.
Yeah, it was fantastic work. As the ruckman will contest this one again, the ball spills into the space for Petrenko. Underneath the scoreboard, his side leading by 2 points thanks to Distinctive Funerals. Kick will come in board, attacking 50 by Hall. A pack forms. Good crumb there from the Tigers defender in Scharenberg. Gives it over the top there to a teammate. Gives it back now to Joseph. Scharenberg got it. Partington involved as well, but it's been turned over. Grafrida bangs it back inside 50. Numbers back for the Tigers. They should win out. Proud didn't get it. He did get a free kick. I thought it should have been a free to Max Proud. Front on contact there, and Joseph again wanting to go on with it for the Tigers. But the ball will come back to the boy from Plimpton. So Max Proud received the free kick, 10 metres from the defensive goal. Glenelg 7-2-44. They led for most of the game. The Eagles, they're leading 7-4-46. 28 gone in this second term. McBean with a big mark takes it in the hands. So Liam McBean, former Frosty Miller medalist, which is the leading goal kicker in the VFL, who kicked to centre wing. Close flies, couldn't quite take it. Clever work from Reynolds, but he socketed it off the ground and it went out of bounds on the full. So it will be a free kick to his former Port Magpies teammate in Louis Sharrod. And the boy from Flinders Park will take the free. So Sharrod, a well-weighted kick and a one-handed slips catch taken there by Sinor. So Joey Sinor rather. Right on centre wing in front of your commentary team as the siren sounds. Ends a very entertaining half of footy. 28 and a half minutes that second term went. And we see the scores, the Eagles 7-4-46, leading the Tigers 7-2-44. A 2-point advantage to the Eagles. They trailed by 22 points at the first change, and they managed to kick 5 goals to 1, as Doug touched on earlier, and lead this contest at the main break by just 2 points. Some goal kickers for you. For the Eagles, 3-2, the impressive James Rowe. Singles apiece to the Eagles in Nick Hayes, James Boyd, Jack Gaffney and Seb Hillhouse. Those scores thanks to iCore Insurance. We make it easy to get you the right insurance. We visit you. We help make claims easier. While for the Tigers, 3 there to Tom Schott, all in the first term. Singles to Liam McBean, Brad Agnew, Luke Reynolds and Brad Close. And the Glenelg scores thanks to Telstra Store at Glenelg, your local destination for all your tech needs, bringing the best in home entertainment. So it is those scores again. The Eagles 7-4-46, Glenelg 7-2-44. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals and Doug Robinson. An entertaining game of SANFL footy.
It's at a quarter time. It'll take a big effort for the Eagles to get back in this, and not only get back, they're in front, and they dominated that quarter after the first 5-10 minutes of even football. And that was because they defended. They set up a defensive block. They started to use the ball as they went in forward. They kicked it long and strong to positions. The game paced eased off a little bit, which didn't suit the Bays because they were running wild in the first quarter. The Bays they missed a goal kicker in that quarter. We had the first quarter, big shot, kicks 3, unsided in the next quarter. And Agnew kicks the only goals. Very good setup there that they have down there. SANFL looking after football in this state.
Yeah, all clubs do it really well. They've got junior development programs right through from under 13s level all the way through, and certainly the elite programs that they do, and the boys get great exposure from all and sundry in terms of progressing their careers as high as they possibly can. So we're back here at Montine Kia Oval. The second half action not too far away. Both sides breaking from their huddles. And Doug, we turn our attention back to this contest, and Glenelg came out of the blocks firing. Tom Schott kicking 3 opening quarter goals, and we thought, how far the Tigers? But as you expect from a Woodville West Torrens team who have been competitive for pretty much their entirety since they merged, they've always been one of those clubs that are always around the mark, always never give up the fight. They've got themselves back in front with a great second term.
My word, and they are in control. This will be a test for the Bays. We'll see what they've got, but full credit. They're playing for a fair bit. They've had 5 in a row, the Eagles. 5 wins in a row. This could be the number 6, and they could jump into the 5 if they win tonight. Even if Cert also wins, nothing's split in those two teams.
Well, they're in 7th position right now with a percentage of 51.77.
Yep.
They're 0.02% out of 6th position. That's how tight it is for a race for the top 5, as the umpire not too far away from getting things back underway.
So they're playing for plenty, the Eagles, and they're showing it. And
Yeah.
I love the way that they regathered after that first break. They were a shambles late in the first quarter, but then they pulled back their defensive line, and the likes of Gilfrida, Sharrod were terrific. They won't be seen big on the stats, but they'll be seen by their coach. It was good work. And the Tigers now have the challenge. Are you really a top 2 side? Are you really good enough?
The third term underway. Your first caller is Doug Robertson.
And the ball up and down, and it's Redden again with the left hand, pushes the ball away. He often does that. He pushes a big body in and uses his left hand to calm and gives himself some space. Big up and under, going out wide to the wing, just hit the ground. Scramble of players, nothing coming out. There's a loose handball. The Eagles are away. Lonergan, bang, straight forward over the centre square. In front, but couldn't take it, was Rowe. Now, gathered beautifully by Hall. Not bad in the first half, but needs to do more. Out now to Petrenko. What can he do? He cleverly doesn't take possession. Joseph had to let him go. He's back again, Petrenko. Created some space. He's kicked over his left shoulder from 40 metres to Petrenko's kicked the first goal. First goal to Petrenko. Wonderful work. 8th goal to the Eagles. That's 8 goal for 54. Thanks to KTC Entertainment. That's 8 goals for 52 points to 7 goals to 44. They extend the lead, the Eagles. We're inside the first minute. Great work by Petrenko, who cleverly didn't take possession. And Aaron's Joseph couldn't tackle him. Then came Petrenko and kicked a beautiful goal.
Yeah, it was a classy finish from a classy player. Just used the space in front of him and kicked the ball around, hit the body. 76 AFL games for the Crows, and kicked his first goal on the contest, and of course the first goal of the third term, thanks, as Doug said, to KTC Entertainment. So a fast start for Woodville West Torrens. They're 8-4-52. Glenelg 7-2-44. Minute and a half gone.
Gee, that was good work for Petrenko as the ball's thrown up in the middle. And it's a hassle now, and out comes Boyd, gets the loose ball. Boyd looks forward, kicks it high, though, into the centre-forward position. Now in front of one of the Hayes boys. He's done it with his big chest. He's pulled it in, and that's Jack Hayes. He'll have a shot from goal. He's got to kick it 50 metres, though, to score. He'll be kicking for about 45, Phil, but it was a bloody strong mark.
It was a very good mark from Hayes. He's a good contested mark, and in his 52nd SANFL game, took a very important mark, and all the momentum to start this third term is with the home side, Doug Robertson.
Jack Hayes yet to kick a goal. No, he's kicked one. Jack Hayes has kicked one. He's going for his second goal. Coming in now.
Brother Nick kicked that last
Nick
one.
did. Yeah. I beg your pardon. I was right the first time. In comes Jack now. Kick from 45. He's got the ball nicely off the boot, but hit the post. It just drifted to the right. Hit the post, probably with about 8 metres up the post. It just nicks it. Well, bad luck. Bounce back into play. It's a point there to the Eagles. They go to 8 goal 5, 53. They lead Glenelg 7-2-44. 2
behinds on the day now for Jack as the balls come back into play. It's on the outer side half-back flank. Good work out there from Sumner, a long way from goal. Partington releases a handball over the top, looking for a teammate. Sumner follows up nicely with a tackle, then a good smother at ground level, then gets it out now to Scharenberg. The kick bounced off the chest of Motlop, but he's got some space and time to mop up and give it back inboard now, and a good pass there came from the Glenelg player in Partington. Bradley now with the footy. Good body work against Commodore Gianni. Off the non-preferred left. Bradley goes inside 50, close. Couldn't quite take it. Great spoiled Jafrida, taken to ground. We're not in possession for mine. Back out to Reynolds. He's on his preferred left. The kick around the body. It needs to work back. Misses everything. Out of bounds on the full.
Should have done better.
Yeah, probably a bit selfish there. Needed to go to the top of the square. And the resulting free kick will go to Woodville West Torrens. It's going to go the way of Von Berto. So Jake Von Berto down there in front of the Eagles club rooms. Plenty of people up on the balcony watching as the kick out from Von Berto comes towards this broadcast side. Front position there for the Eagles. Jack Hayes couldn't take it. Ball in the hands of Snook. Gets a hand pass out. Looking there for his teammate in Chalmers. He threads through the traffic to Partington.
Well done.
Now to Bradley, the former captain, steadies himself. A wobbling kick. A bouncing kick, a goal. Great finish there from Andrew Bradley. It wasn't clean off the boot, but good body work from Sumner on the line. And the Tigers get their first goal of the third term. Of course, thanks to Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919, a fifth-generation family business. But a good answering goal for the Tigers. They move to 8 goals to 50, and the Eagles are 8-5-53. 4 minutes gone, and thanks to Distinctive Funerals, it's a 3-point ball game in favour of the home side. But really clever bodywork from Sumner on the line there to allow the ball to bounce through, Doug.
And once again, it was Partington who got the ball out free and gave the running to Bradley. Bradley kicked a floater, but it went through because of that bodywork you said. But Partington's been strong. And
Doug, yourself and I had the pleasure of calling a fair bit of women's footy throughout the off-season. And Andrew Bradley's wife, Jordana, played for the Tigers in the off-season. And, keeping it in the family. And Bradley with a classy finish as we're back underway in the middle. White up against Redden. The two boys have a wrestle and will have another stoppage. Inside the centre circle still. 5 minutes gone in the third term. Good body work from Redden. Just out-muscles his direct opponent. Gives it to Hall, the former Fremantle rookie, off his left boot. Inside 50. Curran could have been held. Good work in there in the end by the captain of the Tigers. Gives it to Virgin. His hand pass, though, intercepted by foot of the Eagles. Gives it back to Hall. Off the non-preferred left. Bangs it inside 50. Petrenko almost took it. Good work, Gilhouse. Gives it back to Commodore Gianni. He should kick a goal. He does kick a goal. The Comet with a finish. Jake Commodigiani gets his first, and that's the Eagles' 9th. They're 9 goals, 5-59. Glenelg, 8 goals, 2-50. 5.5 gone thanks to Distinctive Funerals. And a good finish there from Commodigiani, and a good attack on the footy from big Seb Gilhouse, Doug Robertson.
Yeah, wonderful work by Gilhouse, and great presence of mind by Jake Commodigiani, because 21 years old, he held off. He held back from that pack as the ball was knocked out, and then the easy handball backwards, easy shot for goal. Well done. That goal came through smarts.
Yeah, good smarts, good positioning as well from the boy from Woodville South. Won a Reserves McGarry medal with former Tiger player Lockie Earl back in 2016. He's certainly a talented youngster, is Jake Commodigiani.
Ball back in the centre, up they go. Redden doing well in the centre, probably on top. Handball out there, took the loose ball. Was Motlop handballed away, and the ball's gone to the forward lines. That's the big fella in Sumner, I think, taken a mark in the chest, falling over. He was in front. That's where he should be when the ball tumbles in. Well done.
Yeah, it was clean ball movement from the Tigers out of the middle. Brad Agnew involved again, but Luke Partington, yet another disposal. And for mine, Doug Robinson, regardless of this result, I think he will feature on McGarry Medal night in terms of the voting.
Yeah, and today he's played really well. So coming in now, he'll kick from 45. Timmy Sumner, brother to Byron Sumner, who plays for Sturt. In comes Sumner now, taking plenty of time from 45. Nice, easy action, lean back on the ball a bit, and that dragged it to the left-hand side. It's another point. Glenelg go to. That's his third point. Glenelg goes to 8 goal 3, 51. They trail the Eagles 9-5, 59. 7 minutes into the third term here at Morn Team Kia Oval.
So Siner will take the kick out for the Eagles. He'll go short and find a teammate in Jesse Lonergan. From the Gold Coast Sun, he'll chip short, makes a teammate work, but getting there first is Hayes. And that, of course, is Nick Variety. He'll chip laterally and find a teammate there in Sharrod. Partington really putting some good pressure on the man on the mark. So Louis Sharrod, 40 from defensive goal.
He doesn't know where to go.
He's got a teammate in Gafrida flanking him laterally. Ignored that, ran down the middle. Puts it out into some space in front of Moore, coming back White. Couldn't quite judge the flight of it in the end, did well athletically just to pick up the ball cleanly. Breaks away from his opponent. Great play, Jesse White. He'll find Snook, the boy from Foss Camden, inside 50. Sumner couldn't take it. Good second effort through the hands, though, of Partington. Taking it first for the Eagles was Ferns. He got it from Moore, then the kick towards centre wing on the outer side. The Eagles relieving quickly, but numbers back there for the Tigers. Well done from the player in Chalmers. It's now back with Proud. Played state footy for SA this year. His kick towards half forward, fisted over the boundary line, shot there for the Tigers. We'll have a boundary throw in just left of centre wing on that outer side. Just ticked into the 8-minute mark, and thanks to distinctive funerals, it's the Eagles 9-5-59, Glenelg 8-3-51. Third term action, you're with Doug Robertson.
Tigers need more from shot, and to use a cliche, hasn't fired a shot since the first quarter.
Yeah.
3 goals since then. Paul gets the handball out. They're running now, the Eagles. Looking forward now, goes up and under. There's a one-on-one. There's Petrenko using his body nicely. Recovers nicely, but the Tigers are quick to defend. Taking him down there was Comet Gianni.
What up by McCarthy, though, as well. He knew the traffic was coming and just braced for contact, took the ball to ground.
Didn't shirk. There's White. Jesse White pushes it down, but it's the Eagles first on it. Handball out to Hall on the left foot. Goes into 20 metres from goal. In front was Glenelg. They dropped the mark. Handball out quickly by Glenelg with Chalmers. Couldn't go anywhere. It's a loose ball now. The Tigers are frantic. Kick out now from Curran. They go out wide. A nice little touch and a good mark by Scharenberg. Needs to do more. Jonty comes back in the middle, and there he is again. Partington loose at half back, looking up, trying to get the ball moving. Couldn't play on, but he had to hold up, and now he kicked it on to a teammate who's taken an easy mark at half back, and that's Bailey.
So Bailey goes short. Bench and Partington dug up to 25 disposals already.
Yeah.
And Partington, as we said a few times, on track for a Magarey medal. His kick found a teammate in Motlop, who chipped over the top and found Virgin. He'll play on quickly. Good running from the Tigers. Bailey's kick was Lux of Fortune. Fell into the hands of McBean. Back to Gregson, who's been very quiet today. His kick is a bouncing ball towards the goal. Face foot does well defensively. Right on the last line of defence, literally. Jordan Foot chips short and finds Commodore Gianni. The previous goal kicker for the Eagles puts it into the space for Paul rather, didn't get a favourable bounce. Well done by Close. Back to Proud, then Proud's kick is an absolute shocker. Straight down the throat of Paddy Graffrida. He's been probably the best defender on the ground today. As Graffrida now will chip laterally and find Heinges. So Joe Heinges, brother Sam, played some footy at the Eagles a few years back. He's out at BSR up in the Mid-North competition. He'll go short and find Sharrod. Doug's rated today. He's been very impressive, Louis Sharrod. His work rate is second to none.
Always a kick behind play.
We saw him feature in a quarter-time package with Jimmy Tumpus. The boys having a bit of fun in the pre-season as the kick goes over to the outer side and finds Hall. Centering on that outer side. It's taken by Lonergan. He'll go over the top now and find a teammate there in Nick Hayes. Kicked a goal in the second term. Hayes, true centre wing on the outer side. Mornteen Kia Oval runs himself into a bit of trouble, but he's got a teammate in Sharrod in the middle of the ground. He'll chip short and find Rowe. And Rowe's got the mark now, right in the middle of Mornteen Kia Oval. Kicked 3 goals in the opening half, James Rowe. Son of Stephen. Made his debut against the Tigers in this corresponding game last year and has been very impressive. As he goes now again to Sharrod. Work rate phenomenal. Inside 50, but the kick favours Jesse White. Redden couldn't quite read the flight of it, and White, the former Collingwood and Sydney player, will chip laterally and find Partington.
Bad mistake then by Sharrod, although he has played really well, and I think the Tigers should think about running with him. He's loose now, and he'll get he's moving in to tackle, just can't quite get there as the ball comes out. McBean takes an easy mark on the outer wing. He goes short and finds Bailey on the outer wing again. Back inside to the middle, and that's taken by Shot. Shot goes forward with his foot, looking for McBean, but it's always chip, side to side, ineffective and not positive football so far, Phil. There's a big scramble of players on just near the 50-metre arc.
And I think Coach Mark Stone of the Tigers is concurring with you, Doug, because he's had enough from up in the commentary box. He's just walked past us and gone down the steps and now going to coach down from a boundary level.
Well, he doesn't hold back, Mark. He's pretty emotional as the ball goes out wide, and Boyd gets a handball back in. Big kick from the Eagles defence out to the outside wing. 2 Tigers back there to chop it off. They combine well in Curran and they go back to the handball, and there's Joseph through the centre with his red boots. Lovely pass. Snook takes a nice chest mark after jumping off the ground on his left foot, natural foot. Kicks it in and chopped off neatly by Comet Gianni. Comedio Gianni goes out wide, and it's nice to Senior. Senior's got some space. He's got to get run down. Handball's off to Ferns. Ferns has got time. Puts their head up, puts it into space, nowhere else to go. Running across nicely, but beautiful work by Proud. Stopped it short. That was good body work by Proud. If that had got past him, it was 2 free Eagles players. Could have been a shot on goal.
Yeah, it was good commitment by young Nick Moore as well. Just his 5th game of SANFL footy. He didn't see Proud coming in from the side, so courage from Moore. The ball will be thrown up. 55 out from the Eagles goal. Great hit out there from the big fella in Gilhouse. Down to Boyd. His kick towards goal across the face. Bounce favours the Tigers. Sits up beautifully on its end there for Proud. He'll handball off to the captain in Curran. And he'll chip short and find the former captain in Bradley. Andrew Bradley now, the boy from Kaiby Bolite. I pronounced that incorrectly in the first term. Also went to Westminster, so that's probably easier to say. The chip in board found Scharenberg. Wasn't the full 15 play on the call. Intercepted nicely there by the player out there in Cooper Gaffney. Goes to ground. Ferns comes in to lend support. Good hand pass now from Hine. Just releases Hall. Chip over the top at full measure and full stretch. Taking the mark, Nick Hayes. Former Brisbane rookies. Kick a dangerous one. Great contested mark, James Boyd. Under some great pressure there from Aaron Joseph. Boyd took the mark. He's had a bit of sleeve work done in the off-season. As Boyd now kicks inside 50, looking for the big man, Redden, taken underneath the footy, nothing doing, said the umpire. Laying on his back, trying to get a hand pass out for the Tigers was Bailey. The umpire says my footy. In fact, it was Curran. Might have copped one across the ear. So up goes the footy for a throw up inside. The Eagles attacking 50. Redden snatches it from the contest, gives it back to Jack Hayes, kicks off the left boot. And intercepted there by Ubergang, the former Fremantle player. He'll chip laterally now and find his teammate in Bradley on that outer side, half-back flank. Puts it into some space in front of Motlop. It gets to Shot. Tom Shot, the boy from Roxby, off the right boot. Kicks towards a teammate out there in Bailey, but intercepted nicely there by Jack Gaffney. And the Eagles have the ball backward of centre wing on the outer side. 14.5 gone third term. It is the Eagles 9-5-59, leading Glenelg 8-3-51. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals, and you're now with Doug Robertson.
There was 6 Eagles defenders to 2 forwards from the bays then, just outside the centre square. So they're definitely playing defensive game and moving the ball forward with that. The Tigers, a bad kick there. It's gone off the side of the boot now to grounds from Compacciani. And the turnover's gone to the Tigers. McCarthy goes back inboard and finds his captain, Curran. Goes round, back to the centre half-back position. Proud goes wider again, running with the ball on the outside. Could have been Ubergang. Ball out wide. Another mark taken by the Tigers half-back in Chalmers. Chalmers back to the centre. Ubergang again. Ubergang's not going anywhere. He's looking forward. That's the best place. Keeps it low and spears it just over Sharrett's head. Ball's gone loose wide now. Out wide comes a handball's released the running Tigers. They're coming out the outside boundary. Inside then quickly to Agnew. Agnew's gone with a handball given off the ball. He's gone short now. There's Partington taking a chest mark inside the 50, probably 30 metres from goal on a tight angle.
It was unselfish from Tom Shot, who, as you said earlier, he hasn't fired a shot since kicking 3 goals in the third term. He ran inside 50, could have blazed away from 45, but the team-orientated option lowered the eyes and saw Partington on the lead. And right underneath the time clock that says we're just about to tick into the 16-minute mark, Luke Partington can line up for goal for the Tigers, Doug.
He'll kick it from 40 or just inside 40 on a tight angle, probably 30 degrees. Very deliberate approach to the ball, getting close to the man on the mark. There he goes, nice, even, steady kick. The umpire says, that's not bad, you've done it. That's his first goal. The Tigers, they straighten out to 9 goals 3, just 2 points behind the Eagles on 9 goals 5, and that's 16.5 minutes into the second half here at Warren Team Kia Oval.
Yeah, an impressive finish from a very impressive player, Luke Partington. As we said earlier, 6 games with the Norwood Redlegs before being recruited by West Coast, where he conversely played 6 AFL games. And their affiliate, previous to having a reserves team in the AFL, over in the Waffle, East Perth, the Royals, where Partington actually won a co-Best and Fairest award for the East Perth Royals. So he's a quality player and a highly fancied chance for the Magarey medal. So the Tigers peg one back. It's a 2-point deficit, 17 gone third term. Phil Aspinall and Doug Robinson, your SANFL Digital Pass commentary team. And the Ruckman will set themselves to resume hostilities. Gilhouse up against White. The aforementioned Gilhouse won the hit out. Good body work there from Lonergan. Strong in the contest. Gets it out to Boyd. He gives it back to Sharrod. But a great tackle there from McCarthy. A really strong tackle there by Brad McCarthy, the boy there from Lucendale. He'll take a free kick, will he? No, it's actually going to go back to Louis Sharrod.
That's a ball up.
And Louis Sharrod there, just cleverly holding up play, waiting to give it back to the umpire to set position. Umpire Phil throws the footy up. Sharrod in there again for the Eagles. Gilhouse won the hit out. Sharrod just tries to extricate himself from the pack. Snook in there as well. And we'll have yet another ball up. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals, it is Glenelg 9-3-57, but they trail the home side. The Eagles 9-5-59. Gilhouse up against White. Again, Gilhouse from over the top, won a hit out. Agnew in there for the Tigers. White athletically follows up, tries to get a handball out. The umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Lonergan, though, strong in the contest and a good kick. And playing in front where all good forwards play. It's marked there by the Eagles player, Nick Hayes. Hayes now, 80 out from goal, puts it to the advantage side of his brother Jack. Couldn't take it. Great spoil, proud, beautifully roved by Bradley. The veteran Tigers defender gives it out now to a fellow defender in the player in Aaron Joseph. His kick partially smothered, back in the Joseph direction. Good chase and pressure there from Commodore Gianni. Spills out to Agnew, to a fellow redhead. He gives it now to Bailey. He'll kick towards half forward, over the head of Shot. Bouncing ball over the boundary line. Last possession free. It'll go the way of the Eagles. The Tigers wanted a free kick, but it's Jake Von Berto with the ball for Woodville West Torrens on the outer side half-back flank.
Von Berto now back to the wing on the outer side flank. Big pack of players, and Nick Hayes knocks it over. Be a throw in.
Scores from around the grounds, Doug. Some interesting scores down at Alberton. We have Port 11-10-76 leading the Bloods 3-4-22. We have Sturts 12-3-75 leading South 5-5-35, and a 2-point ball game at Norwood between the Crows and the Redlegs.
Well, that means the Eagles can't afford to lose this. If Sturt are winning, they can't let the Blues to get ahead of them. Big game for the Eagles. It's thrown back now. The Eagles pick it up and they're running in. The game was free. That was the Eagles just come through, and James Rose kicked his fourth goal. It just run straight into the open ball. The ball went loose, fell out in the open space. It was only 15, 25 metres out when he kicked that goal, and that's a loose play by the Tigers.
Yeah, great work from James Rowe, aware of the game surroundings, ran into the open goal, snapped around the body for his fourth, as you said, extends his goal tally out now to 26 goals, 14 on the season. And speaking of extending, Adelaide just breaking away at Norwood, out now to a 12-point advantage over the Redlegs. But here at Montine Kia Oval, we're just about to tick into the 20-minute mark, and the Eagles get an answering goal back. They're 10-5-65, Glenelg 9-3-57, thanks to Distinctive Funerals. And James Rowe, a very quality player, might find himself under the closer eye of AFL recruiters. He's only a young man still at 19 years of age. He's having a breakout season at league level, so we're back underway. We'll have the player spotlight coming up shortly. Gilhouse there for the Eagles, won the hit out, follows up with an attempted tackle there on Agnew. Agnew kicks the ball towards half forward. Well done there by Partington to Motlop. Streams inside 50. Marlin can kick towards goal. Motlop can kick towards goal and miss to the right. And thanks to Elders, building clients for life. The player spotlight for this contest in the third term is Chris Hall from Woodville West Torrens. But the scores now, Glenelg 9-4-58. They're trailing the Eagles 10-5-65. 20 and a half minutes gone. And Joe Sinel for the Eagles, Doug, will relieve from defensive 50.
Goes to the half-back line. Big Seb Gilhouse just punches the ball over in a clumsy attempt to mark. I don't think he cared. Rolled over. Margin 8 points. 21 minutes into the second half or the third quarter here at Montine Kia Oval. There's a ball thrown back in. The big ruckman go for it. Ball hits the ground. Nobody got a decisive hit out, so therefore this pack's on the mill and be a ball up.
No, the umpire said you've dragged it under, so it's a free kick to the Tigers, Doug.
Umpire's right on the spot. Well done. He's explaining now to the players as they get up, and it'll be Jesse White. Gets the free kick from his opposing ruckman. Play on. No, he's pulled him back. He tried to play on, but the umpire said, no, you went
The players haven't realised Sumner's running into an open goal.
That's one he'll never get. He didn't get that one. So the ball will come back to Jesse White. He's at least 70 metres from goals, on an angle just in front of the wing here on the members' side. Team Kia Oval goes out wide, nice easy mark, lead up just outside the 50 was taken by Partington. Partington coming now, swings round, he doesn't know where to go, he goes round the man on the mark, but kicks a chip shot out in the front of the square. Big pack jumps and big punch from the Eagles defenders. Punches it over the line for another point to Glenelg. 9 goals, 5-59. They trail the Eagles 10-5-65.
Signer again will take the kick out for Woodville West Torrens. Parra, breakthrough player in 2017 as well. His best and fairest year as he's turned the footy over. Desperate measures here for the Eagles defence. Bomberto with some composure kicks towards this broadcast side, and it's taken there by the little man, the mini Viking in Angus Poole. He'll chip short now and find foot under some pressure there from Partington. The kick was intercepted beautifully there by Chalmers. So Foot will be disappointed with his effort there, as would Chalmers with the kick to McCarthy. Partington involved again. Under some pressure also is Virgin, but his kick was Lux of Fortune. Spills into the lap there of Reynolds, so the former Magpie. Kicks inside 50 on the lead, and the easiest of marks is Liam McBean. takes it full chested, about 30 out directly in front. 23 gone in the third term. There was not a thing in the world any defender could do about that, Doug Robinson.
That's the value of good kicking. You know, skills at this level should be high, and that was supreme. That was lovely work.
And Liam McBean, he'll be lining up for goal number 2. His second stint at the Tigers, spent last year overseas, previously wore number 7, and he's in the number 1 jumper today. And he's the number 1 SANFL leading goal kicker in the competition, 35-11 on the year. McBean, the boy from St Bernard's in Melbourne. 30 out, laconically leans back, kicks beautifully, kicks accurately. A goal to the Tigers. Glenelg go to 10 goals, 5, 65. They lock the scores away here. Eagles 10-5, 65 themselves. 23 and a half gone from Doug Robinson. We've got a game on our hands and an entertaining, free-flowing game of SANFL Statewide Footy Super League.
Yes, well, we expected, and I give full credit to the Eagles for coming back as they have, but also the Tigers aren't giving up on this. This is a red-hot clash, and both of them want the points. Now, Tigers are in second place because they're winning and they're a good even side. The Eagles have come up from a bad start, 5 wins straight, going for their 6th. They think that they're a good even team and they should be in the final. So this is whoever's the hungriest.
And Liam McBean, a beautiful, accurate set shot on goal. For kids at home watching, just watch his action. He's very fluent with it, doesn't rush in on the approach, and one of the best kicks for goal in the business.
Ball go up now, Big Red and ruck most of the day, 2 hands back over the back of his head. Worked well because Lonergan was there, he anticipated, probably a set play. Kicks the ball towards the attacking 50 row, picks up beautifully. He's gone to ground, it looks like he's going to get freed, no ball in. The umpire says, throw it in on the half forward flank, scores tied away, 10-5 apiece. And it's 25 minutes almost, 24 and a half minutes into the third term here at Woodville Oval. The ball to be thrown back in just outside the attacking 50 of the Eagles. Ball's over the back of the pack. Scharenberg grabs it, but ducks his head. Bailey's going for the ball now. Can't get it. Big stack of players. The bodies are going in fearlessly. Pulls there. Boyd tries to snap. No, smothered. Out comes the ball at the snap, and that's Scharenberg for the Tigers. They go running wild, but first one there was the Eagles. Looks like he got a free kick, and Cooper Gaffney dragged off the ball, got a free kick.
The Glenelg fans wanted high for high contact, but it was from his own teammate. So the Tigers were never going to get the free kick. It's now with Cooper Gaffney, as you said.
As he goes with the left boot straight into the hot spot, centre half forward over the back goes the ball, hits the ground, it's picked up by the Tigers, he's lost it. Ball's gone out wide, there's nobody in possession, it's just pushed out. Big pack forming, the desperation is unbelievable as the umpire watches from a distance and says, I'll pull it up, have a kick for goal. A throw up just before goal.
James Boyd a little proppy off the play as well, just at right half forward, a noticeable hobble. So the ball inside attacking 50 for the Tigers. They'd love to get a goal as we're near three-quarter time, but the Eagles' defence do well. The Tigers' defence do well, rather. They're clearing it now through Agnew. Good tackle, forward pressure there from Foot, and Sumner takes the ball over the line. So the ball down there at the southern end. We're in the third term, 26 minutes gone. Scores locked away, 10-5, 65 apiece. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals, excellence in funeral service.
And every player in the forward half of the ground at the moment is closing up.
Yeah, we see that in modern footy. Ball thrown in. Neither ruckman took a clear hit out. And Close was wrapped up immediately by his direct opponent. And fellow number 23 in Jordan Foot.
Has to be 15 players around the ball.
Yeah, a lot of congestion. Partington clean though. Gives it out now to his teammate Scharenberg. Back to Bradley. He'll release Virgin, the former Rooster. He'll chip short now and find a teammate who's in some space in Chalmers. He can run his full measure. Kick to half forward. A well-weighted kick. Good effort there by the player in Reynolds to get a fist of ball, but Grafrida did beautifully well. The captain of the Eagles stood up strongly. His kick looking there for a teammate. Lonergan, a clever hand pass over the top. Now to Hall, now to Ferns, now to Gaffney. In fact, it's Moore. He spins around off the right boot. A grubber kick looking for a teammate there in Nick Hayes. Couldn't quite take it. Got a handball out. Good pressure there from Proud. Coming in over the top was Hall. Well done by Rowe. Just steps out of the traffic. Does beautifully well. He'll swing onto his left boot. He looks to measure the kick. Trying to find Petrenko. Good attack on the footy though by Partington. Petrenko did well to get fingered a ball. Good attempted smother. Foot comes in and applies a tackle. Umpire's letting it go. Bradley couldn't get it cleanly. Well done by Close in the long sleeves. Gives it now to Joseph. Goes to ground. Good tackle, Sharrod. The intensity's gone up a level in this contest. Releases Virgin. The hand pass came from a teammate, Partington. And they'll just slow the momentum down now, and it's with the player in Agnew. He'll find Sumner on the outer side wing. And it is Timmy Sumner, the former Gold Coast son. Former Eagle Junior as well. Played 2 league games for Woodville West Orange. It's now with Gregson. A big kick inside 50. Where's McBean wrestling in a one-on-one with his teammate opponent Von Berto rather, and fisted over the line by Grafrida, third man in.
Good work then by the the defender from the Eagles.
Yeah, did well. Outnumbered, as he said, comes in and lends support. So we're gone 28 minutes. The ball's inside the Eagles, attacking 50. They'd love to jag a goal just before three-quarter time. Right forward pocket at Montine Kia Oval. The ball thrown in. There's the siren. 27 minutes and 55 seconds the third term went. And thanks to Distinctive Funerals, the scores are locked away. Eagles 10-5-65. Glenelg 10-5-65. We'll go through the goal kickers. We'll start with the home team, and it is the Eagles. James Rowe with 4. Singles apiece in budget order to Commodore Gianni, Jared Petrenko, Nick Hayes, James Boyd, Jack Gaffney and Seb Gilhouse. Those quarter-time scores for the Eagles, the goal kickers, thanks to iCore Insurance. We make it easy to get the right insurance. We visit you. We make claims easier. While for the Tigers, we've got 3 to Tom Schott, all in the first term. 2 to Liam McBean. Singles then to Agnew, Reynolds, Partington. Lads had at the Central District Football Club, and he'll go down as a legend of the Dogs, but also of the SANFL.
Yeah, 7 premierships. That puts him in the same conversation with the Cahill, Odie.
Yeah.
Curley only had 4.
Yeah.
Odie and Williams.
Yeah, that's right. Up there with the best of them.
So that's the discussion. He's got to be discussed in that bracket. And you know, he was a star soccer player as a junior. Developed a love for football, and then he taught so many people how to play it well. He's uncompromising.
He is.
He's tough, but you know what? I think his time has come, and it's probably a good decision by Roy, typically unselfish, because they need something to change what's happening.
Yeah, I think Centrals need a break from Roy, and Roy needs a break from Centrals, perhaps. So, yeah, interesting times ahead at the Doggies land out there. But here at Montine Kia Oval, it is a draw so far. The score's 10-5-65 apiece. Who's going to win this contest? The last draw these two sides had was way back in round 23 of 2007. So over 10 years ago. Two sides then drew 13-14 the Eagles. That was 92 to Glenelg 14-7 92. This final term not far away. 30 minutes of SANFL action left on the digital pass. The umpire Shane Harris holds Shane's son holds the ball aloft and gets us underway in this final quarter.
And it's the Eagles from the centre straight away. They kick it out through 4 foot, I think it was, goes out wide to the half-forward flank. The handball's back there, cut off by the Tigers in Chalmers. Loose ball now, it's in the attacking 50 for the Eagles, and there's pressures on now. The centre field, the midfielders are in control on both sides. It's up to a forward to jump out of the ground and win this for either team. Ball's thrown up, the big men go for it, wide in front, indecisive. Aaron Joseph kicks it out wide. The ball's running, that's Hayes. Nick Hayes goes for it, can't take it. Picks it up, gets tackled. Ball's thrown to the ground. Ball's loose again. There's Rowe comes back with the ball. There's Comiciani. He goes into the centre forward position. One hand up, but couldn't knock. The ball was foot. Ball come to ground. It's cleared by the running defenders from the Tigers. Goes out wide. Nicely worked off the ball. Lonergan takes the loose ball and kicks it back into half forward. Over the top. Missed totally by Big Gilhouse. Ball's hit the ground. He goes after it again, Gilhouse. In there hard as Snook. He gets it out well. He's playing well, Snook. One of the Tigers' best. Out wide. And there's Sharrett again. Playing a defensive role. He's been picking up plenty of scraps. Goes in, looks long and goes out wide. He kicks well, but the ball just sat up for Cooper. Gaffney, and the ball's swallowed away easily over the top by Gregson.
Yeah, Gregson's certainly a player that could have the match-winning capabilities. He's been very quiet today, the former Geelong-listed player, and certainly coming off a long-term injury with some foot issues throughout his AFL career, but he did well to get to the contest there. So the ball thrown in right in front of the Tigers' interchange bench. True centre wing on this broadcast side. White won the hit out down, but it was only as far as Boyd. Gives it back to Hall. The veteran Eagles midfielder kicks with spiral. Torpedo punt to half forward. Chalmers flew early for the Tigers. Staying down at ground level cleverly was Rowe. Puts it into the advantage space of a teammate in Nick Hayes. And James Rowe on the non-preferred left having an impact in this contest again. Nick Hayes can mark and line up for goal from about 40 out on a 45-degree angle. He's kicked 1 goal in this contest in the second term, lining up for his 96th goal of his SANFL career, and clean work from James Rowe there, Doug.
Clever work. He just chipped over to the space, giving the opportunity for Hayes to run onto it. Didn't have to run far, and he took the mark on his chest with his back to the pack. So he comes in now. He'll kick from 45.
So Nick Hayes, the boy from BSR Tigers, the kick starts at left. He's trying to work it back, doesn't quite get it through the stick. So a minor score for Nick. And that gives the Eagles the lead by that solitary point, thanks to Distinctive Funerals. 10-6-66, Glenelg 10-5-65. 3 minutes gone in this final term, and it's the kick out will be taken by the Tigers through Ubergang.
And missed goals like that will decide this match.
Yeah, it could be costly.
Ball's kicked out now to the members' wing. In front, jumping Sumner takes a good clean mark in front of the pack. He tried to play on. Chopped off easy by Heinjus. He goes into the middle. Mark taken by Snook. He's been good since quarter time. Snook comes forward now. He's looking to go somewhere. Left footer. Goes long and out to the wing. Out, but in front, chopped off
Great
beautifully.
hands.
Nicely taken. It's a beautiful try mark by Bomberto. Has been good. One of the best defenders for the Eagles. At half back, just backward of centre. He's coming forward. He doesn't know where to go. There's all avenues chopped. There's Boyd. Been very, very busy. Typically busy. Well over 20 possessions. Boyd goes back into the middle. Looks for and finds easily his teammate in Hayes.
Amazing that Boyd spent some time in the reserves this year, Doug. Just had a bit of a form lapse, but certainly bounced back nicely with some good games.
Yeah, it happens. We all get knocked over. It's those who get up that win the game. And here's Partington, just picks the ball up. He's smothered by players. His handball smothered. Now Paul with a handball. Goes out wide. Ferns bangs it forward into the attacking 50. One-on-one, the big Gilhouse can't quite take it, puts it to the ground. First back there is the Eagles. A brilliant work there by Captain Curran. Out goes wide is Proud, taken mark by Joseph. Joseph will stem the tide and relieve the pressure on the half-back flank.
And a set play holding the ball above his head must mean something.
Yeah, and there goes big White. Jesse White takes the mark.
And the kick from the player there, and Joseph was a good one. So White now. Played some AFL with both Collingwood and Sydney. That's a well-weighted kick into the space, Partington.
How did he get free?
He's been like an unleashed dog today, Doug.
Yeah.
As Partington will evade around the would-be tackler, takes a bounce. A little bit cheeky there, Luke Partington. He'll kick inside 50, puts it to the advantage side of Reynolds. Well done by Graffita. He's had the better of that battle today. Sinor could have been pushed in the back, nothing doing the aforementioned. Graffita takes possession, wrapped up by Reynolds. And we will have a ball up. 45 out from the Tigers' goal. A trail by 1 point, 5 minutes gone, final term. Well done by Shot. Third man up, fisted it towards Motlop, but couldn't quite take it cleanly. The Eagles' defence now with some composure. Well done by Foot. He's high up and under kick off the right foot. Sets a task there for Hayes, but good work out there defensively by Curran. He's taken a very strong mark as the captain. Averages 9 marks a game, is the second leading mark taker in the competition. Had 12 of them against the Doggies a fortnight ago. Leads by example does Chris Curran. Played state footy earlier this year when the boys got a win over in WA. His kick on this occasion, not a good one. Looking for Sumner, fisted over the boundary line by Foot. So 5.5 gone. Scores were level at three-quarter time. The Tigers got out to a fast start, led by 22 at the first change. The Eagles pegged them back to lead by 2 at half-time. And they were locked away 65 apiece, but it is now the Eagles 10-6-66, Glenelg 10-5-65. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals, the ball will be thrown back into play. Left half forward for the Tigers. A soccer off the ground by Snook. Inside 50 to the advantage of Close. Needs to be clean. Got a handball out, but a good tackle there from Heinjus and turns the footy over. The Eagles now will go forward. And it's marked out there by Hayes. He gives it off to a flanking teammate in Foot, who's away on the centre wing outer side.
Foot bounces for the second time across the centre. He kicks now into the centre half forward position. Big Seb's there, goes for his push aside, can't get it. Ubergang beautifully worked. He worked him under the ball, then recovered nicely, and it comes out now. Mark should be taken easily by Tom Shot in the defensive 50. He goes short to the wing. Running hard was Agnew. That was good work then.
It was a really important one-on-one clash with Ubergang and Gilhouse, and Ubergang won out.
Yep, it's going to get down to who wins these deadly one-on-ones. It's going to matter. It's close to goal, and it could be. There goes McBean, spoil from behind. Ball's loose there. Gaffrida's tackled on the boundary by McBean. Ball's to be thrown in right in front of the commentary box here at Morn Team Kia Oval, and it's almost 7 minutes into the final term. Scores 10 goals, 6 the Eagles. They lead by a solitary point to the Glenelg 10-5.
So the boundary umpire will hurl the footy back over his shoulder. Big Redden will set himself against White. Those two have done the majority of the ruck work today. Bradley with a tap to the advantage of a teammate coming through Scharenberg. Couldn't take it clean. Ferns could have been pushed in the back. Nothing doing. Hall, the fleet-footed midfielder, gives it off to Foot. He's in some space. He can run to half forward. He can run towards 50. The kick towards the goal face. Looking for Hayes over the back. He couldn't take it. It's going to be fisted through. No, it's still in play. Well done there by Moore. Gives it back to Seb. Big Gilhouse has missed. Seb should have done better. Gilhouse is behind, extends the Eagles' lead by 2 points. 7.5 gone in the third term, final term rather. Thanks to distinctive funerals, the Eagles 10-7-67. Glenelg 10-5-65. Doug Robinson. A wasted opportunity there by Gilhouse.
Absolutely, and again it was Sharrett who got the ball out from the ground as Ferns punches the ball back in. Bounces past Agnew. He gathers. Well done. One hand out and he snared the ball. Comes out now to Partington again, still on his own. Paul throws him after he disposes of the ball. Umpire says no problem. At the back, Gafrida picks up the crumbs. Great contest there between McBean and the big Von Berto. Great contest all over the ground. Coming through now, there's a free kick going to the Eagles. It's gone off to Foot. Jordan Foot will come forward again. Looks forward, there's a lead, and he'll take that mark. No, it's spoiled by Joseph. Ball's hit the ground. There's Partington, beautiful handball over his head. Goes out wide and handballed on again by Close. Out to and taken by Motlop. He couldn't get away. Back to Agnew again. Sorry, it wasn't Agnew, it was Motlop. It was Agnew, I'm sorry. Now the mark's taken by Jesse White, who steadies. Goes straight in the centre half-back position. Mark taken there by McCarthy.
His kick was partially smothered. Good work by the Eagles forwards. Hayes gives it out. Now to Commodore-Gianni. The kick inside 50. Can Seb Gilhouse make amends? He's got Paul flanking him. The little man from Kadina snaps towards goal and kicks it across the face. So the Eagles are peppering. They move to 10-8-68. 9 minutes gone, final term. Glenelg, they're 10-5-65. The last 3 shots on goal have been behinds from the Eagles as Virgin will take the kick out now for the Tigers, and he'll come to this broadcast side. A great intercept mark by Commodore-Gianni. He'll run inside 50. Can he ice the game? He kicks towards goal, but it's intercepted beautifully by Ubergang, who stood strong on the last line of defence, and Doug Robinson. He has been impressive today, the former Fremantle player.
He's been steady and not flustered, and that was a good strong mark in the right position for a defender. On his own, by the way, in the square. Yeah. Well done. And it's just a matter of steady heads. You've just got to be steady. Take the opportunity when it comes. Don't be hasty. Don't fire off too quickly. Mark easily taken by McCarthy at centre half back. Tigers have got a lift here. They need someone. Here he comes. Sumner takes a mark on his own. Tries to play on. This could get down to someone like Sumner taking a mark and winning for them. Agnew's working hard. He took a nice mark. He's played well, Agnew. Big strong boy. 6'2" maybe. Kicks short. Good mark taken, and they're running on now. The chip is Brad Close, trying to keep possession. Close behind the centre in the defensive half. Goes forward, everything's blocked. Little one again to Sumner. Cheeky kick, didn't gain much. He's under pressure now, goes to the centre. Jesse White takes a mark. The big man looks to his left, straight laterally. He goes there, runs down the centre mat. Big kick from the centre, goes long and strong, and that was Ubergang again. To the attacking area in front, over the back rather, was Seb Gilhouse. He's taking control on his knees. Handball's off and Hayes gets a quick handball out, and it's Heinges who once again kicks the ball out wide and strong. It's on the full. It'll be a turnover, goes back to the base, but the ball has bounced over the signage at the back of the stand. I don't think there'll be anyone out there. We might be 5 minutes before we get that ball back.
There's a ball on there should be a ball come down from the broadcast side here, but yeah, it bounced over the fence and into the streets of Woodville South.
I'm checking that out on the way home.
So there's a ball in the goal square down behind the goals. There's normally a box of balls, so the ball will come back inboard now from Chalmers. He'll kick inside 50 for the Tigers. Can they get a mark? McBean flies at the front. Crumbing at the back there, Partington. He kicks around the body. Partington kicks the goal. A second goal to Partington. The Tigers are in front. The Tigers 11-5-71. They lead the Eagles 10-8-68. That is the first goal of the final term for Glenelg, and that's thanks to Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919. A fifth-generation family business. And Luke Partington, win, lose or draw Doug Robinson. I think he'll come away with 3 McGarry votes. A second goal to go with his 30-odd disposals. A classy finish from a classy player.
Yeah, look, he's just been fantastic all day. He's been a great worker and skilled and talented. That was a smart goal.
I said 30 possessions. He's actually up to 40.
Not surprised.
40 disposals, 2 goals and 7 clearances and 3 McGarry medal votes. And I'd suggest, Doug, he'll be on track for 3 votes in the Player of the Year that you'll be giving out at the end of the game.
Well, I don't want to give you a surprise, but you can pencil it in.
I'll pencil it in.
I reckon he's been fantastic. As the ball comes out the centre by the Eagles, it was Boyd again, who has also been very good. Up wide and high. There's a big mark, 2 catch. Yes, it's Hayes. Well done, the big man. Big Hayes has grabbed it. That's Jack. He goes back for goal now. There's a loose man. He's seen it in the middle. He's picked him up, and it looks to be Moore. Nick Moore's taken an easy mark on his own. Now this can get the Eagles back in front and put the Bays back on the back foot after they hit the front.
Yeah, Mark Stone will be disappointed with loose checking from the Tigers defence, and Nick Moore said earlier in the call, won the reserves leading goal kicker last year with 30 goals, lining up for his first goal. He's had a pretty quiet day, but can he put the Eagles back in front, Doug?
Very important if he does. Margin currently 3 points. In he comes, 2 steps, chips the ball over the umpire's head. He knew what he was doing. That's his first goal. More scores. The Eagles are right in this. They put up the challenge. They'll go to 11 goals, 8. That's 74 to the Tigers on 11-5-71. They've hit the front by 3 points. What a game.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic contest. A great display of SANFL footy in the round 12 statewide Super League here on the digital pass. And the Eagles fans will be wanting more of that from Nick. He kicks his first goal as Nick Moore. And his 8th goal at league level. Made his debut earlier in the season.
This is good standard, Phil Aspinall.
Yeah, it's a high standard of footy. Really enjoyed the call. And I reckon we've still got another 15 minutes of fantastic footy to go. So goal for goal now. Scores were level at 3/4 time. Partington's goal put the Tigers in front. Moore gives the advantage back to the Eagles, and the Eagles will again go forward. Clearance work there was good from Gilhouse. Kicks to half forward. Good work defensively by McCarthy, but pull for Woodville West Torrens. Grabs it cleanly, gives it to Foot. Tries to get out of the Agnew tackle. Gets taken by the Foot, does Jordan. And the Tigers now will composure. Will get it now towards Virgin. He was felled heavily by Sharrod off the ball. Michael Virgin's a tough youngster. He'll get up a little bit gingerly. And his kick was a good one and found the player in Agnew. The man from Mount Burr kicks down the line. McBean flies out number 2-on-1. Ball gets out the back. Bailey couldn't take it cleanly for Glenelg. And Siner will just escort the ball over the boundary line. So we've travelled 14 minutes. And on the scores, thanks to Distinctive Funerals, it is Glenelg 11-5-71, but they trail the Eagles 11-8-74. The 7th place Eagles up against the 2nd place Tigers. The shadows lengthening here at Montine Kia Oval. White won the hit out for the Tigers, but his opposing ruckman, Gilhouse, extricates himself off the ground with a hand pass to Paul. He kicks towards half forward. Could have been infringed, Max Proud. Nothing doing, said the umpire. Good contest there from the Eagles player in Jack Hayes. He applies a tackle. Redden in there uses his big frame. He's wrapped up immediately, though, by the Tigers player in Ubergang. And we'll have a bounce down about 48 metres out from the Eagles' goal. About 15 minutes gone in this final term. The Eagles lead by 3 points. Hit out nicely over the back by Redden, but taken there by the player in Chalmers. He faked the kick and then just about stumbled. Well done there by Snook. Jams it on the boot. Kicks it to centre wing. McBean!
Great mark.
Great pair of hands by the big man, McBean. And Liam takes it strong in the hands. The outstretched fingers right in front of your broadcast position. He's got a teammate in some space. That's Reynolds. The ball couldn't quite sit. The sun got in his eyes. It's out the back to Bradley. Can he get there first? Graffita does. Well done there by Foot. The hand pass, though, was smothered nicely by the Tigers player in Reynolds. And the umpire might be forced to call a ball up. He is. The Tigers wanted holding the ball, but it's a bounce down inside attacking 50, Doug. 15 and a half gone. The Eagles 11-8-74 lead Glenelg 11-5-71.
This match set up for a hero to be born, I can tell you. If it gets down to the last kick and mark, it's possible to win the game. Very good contest. 15 players around the ball, just inside the attacking area for the Tigers. I've got to tell you, one bloke has been good. He's lifted big time is Brad Agnew, playing a good, strong game for the Tigers. Ball's out wide now. The Tigers get it. No, it's loose. Tigers again, slam it in. And that came quickly from Gregson. Gregson goes forward to the goals over the back of the pack. Push through for a rush behind the margin now, 2 points. Here at Bourne Team Kia Oval, 16 minutes into the final term. The Eagles 11-8-74. They lead Glenelg 11-6-71.
The Eagles will have the footy, and it's certainly too early to be playing keepings off. It's Siner who will take the kick out for Woodville West Torrens. Shielding the sun from his eyes. He'll now play on out of the goal square, and he'll come to this broadcast side. He'll look for the big man Gilhouse, one-on-one with White. Moore flew over the top, out the back to Agnew. The Tigers player gives it to his teammate in close. He fakes the handball. Close kicks towards goal. Sumner back there. 1-2's taking it on the second grab. Timmy Sumner, he'll play on quickly now, see the space, play on, kick around the body, and Sumner's kicked the goal. The Tigers are back in front. 12 goals, 6-78 Glenelg. The Eagles 11-8-74. 17 gone in this final term. There's been more action than in this contest than you see in a playground with a seesaw, Doug. Scores are going goal for goal, and it is the Tigers back in front.
Good on Sumner. He's that sort of hero I was talking about. Some of the kids would bob up and do something unexpected, but really stylish and skilled, and that's what he did.
And he finished off nicely there in the pocket after kicking 3 behind so far in the contest. Kicked a goal, an important goal against his former club at one of the most important junctures in the contest. 17 and
a half minutes into this final term. The Eagles, they trail 11-8-74 to the mighty Tigers, fighting hard, 12-6-78. 17.5 minutes gone, the ball goes up. Jesse White's rucked tirelessly all day. He's been fantastic team man. The ball goes out wide to the wing, the outer wing. It's a one-on-one there with Foot and Bradley for the Glenelg. Ball's lost. Now the Eagles take it into their half-forward line. Ball's down there. It's Paul on the bottom of the pack. He's got to get it out. The umpire's watching. The umpire hasn't been noticed today, have they? They haven't been glaringly bad or glaringly good.
No, there's been two quality umpires, two senior umpires in Andrew Crosby and Theron Philp, and a promising youngster Mitch Harris going about their business beautifully, the men in green.
All up and down. Big pack formed and big hard tackle put down. I think that's... Yeah, the Eagles coming up was Agnew for the Tigers and Petrenko at him. Ball up again. This time it's Jesse White. He snaps it out. Snap out of the pack. Running hard for McBean. He can't get there. Over the back. The ball unkind bounce was Von Berto. Now in they come through Bailey, the Tigers. Bailey's out there, put it in front of McBean, give space. McBean pushed his man to give him some room, but he's outrun. He's just not as agile. Well done and taken away. That's beautiful work by Von Berto. Just done brilliant work on McBean all day. Out come the Tigers, the Eagles along the outside the members' wing. They go over the top and a nice long kick there by Gaffney Jack over the back of the pack. First to it is Chalmers. He can't take it, under pressure. Ball's bubbled out. There's back in there and out again with Chalmers. He can't get away. Big Ferns goes down with a massive tackle. Ball's loose. Here's Rowe. Rowe steps over his shoulder, goes nowhere. 10 metres across and 15 metres high. Ball's hit the ground. Out comes beautiful handball to get it open with Petrenko. Crowding there, the Tigers are going in strongly. Well done to kick it out to the middle. Mark taken by Bailey.
Yeah, well done by Andrew Bradley as well. Bailey plays on quickly, gets around his would-be tackler in Gilhouse. The wobbling kick inside 50. McBean couldn't take it. Out the back to Sumner. Can he kick his second? Dribble, goal! Timmy Sumner gets 2 in 2 minutes. And at the 20-minute mark, the Tigers extend their lead. 13-6-84. A 10-point advantage over the Eagles, 11-8-74. Thanks to Distinctive Funerals and Doug Robinson, you called it perfectly. Timmy Sumner could be a match winner. He's on track for that with his second goal.
You just need that spark, don't you? Some guy that's not going to stop and is always dangerous, and you've got to be goal hungry, and he is. That's a good thing.
And a bonus for the Tigers, a late inclusion in the absence of Josh Scott, who's just having some complications with his arm. He should be right in a couple of weeks after that terrible broken arm, but well done by Timmy Sumner. Into the side, a late reprieve. He's kicked his 2 goals. And the player spotlight in this final term for the Tigers. They're with the momentum, and they've got the player spotlight in Jesse White, and that's thanks to Elders Flinders Park, building clients for life.
And it's White who gets a tap. No, it's a draw, and then Gilhouse gets the second bob at it, punches it out, but there's a stalemate. The ball will be thrown up just outside the centre circle. Very tense match, 10 points of difference. Margin to the Glenelg, who've just hit the lead in the last 2 minutes, so 2 goals to Sumner. Ball's out loose now. The bodies go in fine. There's Partington. Snaps it in the middle. Big Jesse White going back to Partington.
Yeah, in the back, it's actually to Curran against Nick Moore.
It's Curran. Yeah. Curran's been very strong, steady today. Set up back without being outstanding. He goes wide, but the fact is he's still contributing. That's what wins games. Just tough games like this. That's Partington out there. Can't get away. Ball's down. Boyd's got hold of him. Pack coming. Head down and running out was Bradley. He gets twinged and gets pulled back. The umpire says play on, but he had no option. Ball the ball up now. Just 5-10 metres forward of centre, heading towards the base goal.
21 minutes gone in this final term. The Eagles 11-8-74 trail the Tigers. At 13-6-84, resumption of play from the contest, goes to half forward. Reynolds just shrugs out of his would-be tackler, gives a hand pass inboard to Motlop. Can Motlop ice the game? Marlon chips short, and he's let his teammates down. It's been intercepted by Heinges. He unselfishly looked for the leading player, McBean. He probably should have kicked at goal there, Doug. And it is a wasted opportunity, as I said, for the Tigers. So Heinges will clear defensive 50, looking for Gilhouse. Good spoil by White, our player spotlight player in this final term. The kick from Snook was intercepted by Ferns. The kick off the instep, looking for Petrenko. The 2 speedsters there. Petrenko tried to be inventive with the back heel. Well done, though, by the Tigers captain in Curran. He'll now kick towards half forward. Close sliding in, couldn't quite take it. Numbers should win out there for the Eagles. Sinor gets a handball out. Gaffney couldn't take it. Great work, Bailey. Now to Close, the boy from Mount Gambier. Bradley Close kicks towards goal. He's kicked it. The Tigers are home. A goal there to Close. That is his second rather. And the Tigers go to 14-6-90. They extend their lead against the Eagles, 11-8-74, 22 and a half gone, and a quality finish from Brad Close. And coming off Darcy Bailey, he gets the plaudits of the crowd. He was involved in that contest, gave the handball out, and you would think from here, Doug Robinson, it might be a task too far for the Eagles.
20-point margin is too far. Well, 16-point margin, it is too far. And with only 3 or 4 minutes to go, I'd like to see the Eagles have a crack, and if they get there, I'll gladly say I was wrong. But the one thing, Sumner helps shepherd that through, so he's had a hand in 3 goals.
Another involvement by the big man in Tim Sumner.
So he's making himself a hero, and that's what you need. This is a final style game. Ball goes up. Jesse White again with Big Redden. What a tussle they've had. Kicked out the middle then by McCarthy. He's done well this last half. In front, Close couldn't take it. Kicked off by McCarthy, just half chattered. There's Gouffrida, had a great game against Reynolds, probably won the honours. Out wide there's Bradley trying to get hold of it. He's tackled and brought to ground. And the ball, yes, he's been pinged for throw, poor disposal, and the ball will come back off the half-back flank for the Eagles. Eagles now just on the centre wing on the outer side. Big Redden stuck his mid up, took it out wide. Lonergan, it's gone, he's gone. He grabbed it and twisted. He was nailed by 2 players, holding the ball, no doubt about it.
Yeah, great tackle out there by the Tigers player in Max Proud. Dare I say it, he'll be very proud of his efforts there. And now he's going to get 25 metres for his trouble. So you'd think, as I said earlier, the game too far gone now for the Eagles. We're about to tick in, or we have ticked into the 24-minute mark. And Proud now with the ball, forward of centre wing. The boy from Plimpton kicks inside 50. McBean will come in from the side. Coming across there was Hayes. His arms were chopped by McBean. And Jack Hayes has gone loose behind the plate. He'll take the free kick. He'll hand pass off now to a floating teammate in Hall. In fact, it's 25, so it's going to come back to Hayes. So the Eagles will progress to centre half back. No one on the mark for the Tigers. Gregson there, alert to the situation. Comes inboard now, does Hayes. The kick, a good one, finds foot. He's been one of the Eagles' better players. He'll kick off the right boot inside 50, but backing back beautifully. Captain Courageous, Captain Chris Curran does that perfectly and takes a defensive mark. His side leading by 16 points. 24 and a half gone thanks to distinctive funerals. The Eagles 11-8-74. They trail Glenelg 14-6-90. Now the Tigers will play keepings off, and it's with Elliot Chalmers. So Chalmers will kick towards this broadcast side. Gouffrida and Reynolds in a one-on-one. Reynolds couldn't quite take it. He's had a bad day at the office. Gouffrida's been one of the Eagles' best. He gets it back on cue. He'll chip short now and find Hall. Back now to the running teammate there, flanking him in Jack Hayes. Hayes goes towards the top of the square. Good work defensively by the Tigers. Ubergang gets a spoil on it, coming through and trying to take the hand pass. Intercepted nicely there by Lonergan. He can run to 20 out, kick towards goal, and he's pushed it across the face. Wasted opportunity there by the nephew of the coach. Jesse Lonergan misses to the left. So the Eagles go to 11-9-75. Glenelg 14-6-90. 25 and a half gone in this final term.
What a contest this has been. They're still alive. The Eagles still think they're a chance. 25 and a half minutes into the final term. 16 points arrears. The balls kick back into play. Right towards the boundary. Smart play. Up goes McBean. He just gets a fingertip to it and goes out of bounds. And it'll be thrown in on the half-forward flank for the mighty, mighty Eagles. They look like losing their first game in 6 outings. They've played really well, and they've hit back to be one of the better sides coming into the finals. We'll see how they go. Glenelg definitely will play finals. They'll definitely be in the top 4, from my opinion. And they're running well. There's Agnew again, beautifully handballed out and taken nicely and swung back. Curran, using his class and his experience, goes out wide. The Eagles have got a wall set up. Easy mark then take by Hine, just because they have the defensive wall. The Eagles come back now. Sharrod just allows Moore to get in front, take the mark. Pull, one-handed, pulls it in. The little fella hadn't had a great day, but he's still out there pumping away. Don't know, there's a running play down the outside, been taken out by the Glenelg defender, and that was Cooper Gaffney. That is almost tunnelled, had his hips taken out from running, but the umpire said no problem.
Yeah, it was courageous by Cooper Gaffney, but also great work from Michael Virgin, the former Roosters defender. So the ball thrown back in, 27 minutes gone. Half forward flank there for the Eagles. First to the footy, Jack Hayes. He should get a free kick for high contact, nothing doing.
He was down getting the ball. It should have been a high contact.
So the umpire, Mitch Harris, will throw the footy up right on the arc of 50. We're nearing the full-time siren. It is the Tigers by 15 points. Scores were level at three-quarter time, but Glenelg have broken away. Some impressive goals to Sumner and Partington. He's had a 40-plus possession game and on track for 3 Magarey medal votes and 3 votes from Doug Robinson, you would suggest. And the second time, Doug,
So
the ball's
back.
been kicked over the back. So someone out there on whatever that road is in Woodville South is going to have 2 footies lob in their front yard. And we're just going to have to wait for that to be retrieved. I can see the shadows of some kids running.
Yeah.
For those that have left the game early, they're going to get into a footy that's going to come back over, hopefully.
I think there's a battle on for the ball. 6 kids running for it now.
So 28 minutes gone in the final term. Glenelg 14-6-90. The Eagles 11-9-75. So it comes back into Hine just now. He'll be the recipient of the free. He's going to come up to centre wing.
They've got no time to waste though, the Eagles.
The game has been a great advertisement for SANFL footy, and it's going to come back to Hine just because he needs to come over the man on the mark. So Joe Hinges. Kick now towards half forward. A lot of numbers around the ball. Good work there by Redden. Hits it down nicely to Petrenko. Now to Boyd. Steps inside the would-be tackler. To Paul. He'll kick inside 50 as the siren sounds, and that's going to record a victory for the Tigers. That is Glenelg's 9th win on the season. And you'll hear the great song playing in the background there. Glenelg 14-6-90. They defeat the Eagles 11-9-75. 28.5 minutes that final term went for. The goal kickers quickly for the Tigers, thanks to Telstra Store Glenelg. 3 to Tom Schott, 2 apiece to Brad Close, Tim Sumner, Luke Partington and Liam McBean, while singles there to Brad Agnew, Luke Reynolds and Andrew Bradley. While for the Eagles, thanks to iCor Insurance, the goal kickers for them 4 to James Rowe, and then singles apiece to Jake Commodore Gianni, Jared Petrenko, Nick Hayes, James Boyd, Jack Gaffney, Seb Gilhouse and Nick Moore. The only goal kicker in the last term for the Eagles. It was scores level at 3/4 time. The Eagles by 2 at half time. Glenelg came out of the blocks to lead by 22 points. But in the end, 4 goals to 1 in the final term. Doug Robinson was the difference, and the Tigers a classy victory in a great game of footy.
It was a magnificent victory and one they earned because after a fantastic start, they were just challenged and they looked a bit of a shambles midway through the second quarter, but to regain and to fight that out was just brilliant. And the last half was just 2 tough teams, equal I think in talent,